Hey yo, batter up, let the bump begin. Solano Falcons, bout to show you how you win. Cause this is our year, man, forget the past. We taking over right now with our pitching staff. When the count's 0-2, every hit is so through. Fastball right by him, they had no clue. It makes a jaw drop, they got no choose. Strike three, you're out, homie, let him know blue. Solano to the plate and you know it's on. He swings for the pitch, it's going, gone. So don't try and step to the Bay Valley champs, cause we're coming for the pennant. This a rally chant, yeah. We might strike it out, or we might steal, or make a go-glove play in center field. Solano baseball, all have tight skills. All stars everywhere with highlight reels. Everybody watch out, cause when it's game time, we going for the W, gonna make our name shine. Falcons dominate when the game's on the line. So go get your belt, Solano. Why? Cause it's game time, and yo, it's game time. So let the games begin. Solano on the field and we gain in a win. Hey yo, it's game time. Don't you hear the people chant? Cause this is our house. Make way for the champ, it's game time.
Welcome everybody to Solano Community College here in sunny Fairfield, California. We're here for the Solano Falcons and the Napa Storm. Season winding down, only 2 games left for the Falcons at home, 3 total. Brian, your thoughts on tonight's matchup?
I think
today's matchup.
Yeah, today's matchup is between 2 teams who have struggled and their seasons haven't gone exactly as they exactly wanted. So I think this is a game where both can take this opportunity to have a positive note to go into next year, kind of build on the experience of these freshmen and send the sophomores out with a nice win. And Napa hopes to do this with the following starting lineup. Leading off is the shortstop, Taryn Dahlgren, and the 2-hole is the second baseman, Ben Phim. Hitting third is Austin Fitzpatrick, the right fielder. Hitting cleanup is the first baseman, Young Lee. Hamish Witters, the left fielder, is batting 5th. The 6th hitter is Noah Wallen, the center fielder. The DH is Tristan Foley. The third baseman is Logan Garrett. And the catcher, Matt Miles, rounds up the lineup. And now let's send it over to Melanie Fuller.
Good afternoon, Falcon fans. Melanie Fuller here. The guys are out of playoffs, but they're focusing on making the best out of their last 3 games. Coach Stover stated that they are going to play more healthy guys and have more at-bats for sophomores. Michael Driscoll is out due to a leg injury, and Brandon Donley is out due to a fractured clavicle. Now here's the starting lineup for your Solano Falcons.
Evan Facenda, Vannon High School.
Jesse Phipps, Laguna Creek High School.
Garland Webster, Army High School, shortstop.
Tyler Stover, the Vacaville High School, right field.
Joey Dotson, American Canyon High School, center field.
Jack Pridey, Napa High, third base.
Briar Litz, Foothill High School, catcher.
Alex Nesikevich, Del Campo High School.
Nolan Burr, Santa Cruz High, second base.
James Heinrichs, the Jesuit High School.
First pitch of the game swung on in line 2 left for a double by Taryn Dahlgren. Not the start the Falcons wanted.
Yeah, Dahlgren aggressive on the first pitch from James Heinrichs, the starting pitcher, who comes into today's game with a 2-2 record, 5.16 ERA, and Dahlgren jumps on the first pitch and lines it down the left field line for a leadoff double.
Heinrichs had a very good outing last time that I called one of his games.
Yeah.
Outstanding game. So he needs to build on that, obviously, but Ben Phim's up now for Napa Valley. Napa Valley 0-2 against the Falcons this year. Both were blowout scores. He drops bunt. It's foul down the right field line. 3-18 in conference play. You'd really think this is a game the Falcons should win.
Yeah, definitely. They beat Napa twice already in the season. They looked for the series sweep. And James Heinrichs is the arm that you want to be behind. He's really taking control of that third starter spot that some other opportunities by David Haas and Ryan Pierman have early in the season, but Heinrich took control of the spot and is ending the season as one of Solano's 3 starters.
That pitch is low outside. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Phim. Both teams come in here with pretty sizable losing streaks, 6 straight for Napa Valley and 4 straight for the Falcons. Both teams are trying to right the ship here, and it's too late for playoffs for either one, so lots of things to build on for next season with these last couple games. That pitch is high, 2 balls, 1 strike.
And Heinrichs is one of many Solano pitchers that are freshmen this year, and that was really the question mark coming in. It's been up and down results, but you got to believe that them being freshmen, getting this experience in conference play will help them going forward.
He pulls the bunt back. It's outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, you mentioned very young team, and they gained a lot of experience this year, so you look for them next year, even though the season didn't go the way they hoped this season, to come back a lot stronger. And not to mention they had really tough non-conference play, obviously, so their overall record didn't quite reflect how good they were. As they're swinging a line drive back up the middle, that's a base hit. Runner will hold at third. Runner's on the corners now with nobody out for Austin Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Fim laced it right in the center field. Dahlgren had to break back. He froze. Not sure he got a good read on that ball because it was hit straight back up the middle. You wouldn't expect the defense to be playing there. But Dahlgren didn't get a good jump, and so they held him at third base. The runners at the corners for the power hitting Austin Fitzpatrick, hitting .342 on the season, 5 home runs, 24 RBIs.
And to your point on that last play, Dodson was also pretty shallow, so it wouldn't have been too hard of a throw. I didn't expect them to try and score the run, especially with a guy like Fitzpatrick up next. It's like there's no need to push too hard when you got a guy like that up next. Pitch is outside for a ball.
And not exactly sure how. Did Fim advance to second base? How did he advance
the play? I mean, the play had already ended. He was still at first. I think he took off when they threw it over to third.
So heads up base running there by the second baseman, Fim.
Pitch is fouled off.
Yeah, and in this situation with no outs and a power hitter, you expect that at the very least a sac fly opportunity for Austin Fitzpatrick here, the best hitter for Napa Valley on the season.
Yeah, anything but strike out. He's ahead of him 0-2 though, so I would look for a good breaking ball from Heinrichs or a fastball. It's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's the other option is fastball low and away, just to be protective of that count, realize you have many pitches to play with to try and strike this batter out. 29 strikeouts for Fitzpatrick on the season, so a strikeout-prone batter is at the plate.
1-2 pitch. Bounce through the left side. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. The throw is not in time, and on his way to second is Fitzpatrick. More heads-up base running for Napa Valley, and 2 runs score.
Yeah, and the heads-up base running, that's a good call there, Tristan. It's just the fundamentals that were missing on that play of not hitting your cutoff man by Nesikevich, try to throw out the runner even though he got a good jump. It was a speedy runner at second base. So with that long throw, Fitzpatrick heads up play to take second base and get an extra 90 feet.
Yeah, exactly. He really wasn't going to get that runner with anything less than a perfect throw. And you just have to hit the cutoff man, keep the runner at first. We had just seen it the play before, just watch the runner advance to second unnecessarily. So that'll bring up Young Lee. First pitch, outside corner for a strike.
And Young Lee, he's turned it around in conference play, hitting .288 in conference play, .270 overall on the season. And Coach Stover's going to walk out to talk to Heinrichs. And while he does that, let's talk a little bit more about Young Lee. 20 hits on the season and 74 at-bats. 2 doubles, 12 RBIs, 7 of those RBIs coming in conference play. He's definitely had more productivity and more opportunities in conference play in that 52 of his 74 at-bats have come in conference play and 15 of his 20 hits. So 75% of the hits Young Lee has accumulated has been in conference play.
And you got to think if he's hitting that well, he's going to have more RBIs on a better team. Napa Valley with a team batting average so low, just low 200s, you would expect probably a lot of those hits came with nobody on base. So if he had had maybe a better team, he would have had more RBIs even.
Yeah, just more on-base percentage-wise. Napa statistically not the greatest patient team in that they don't walk a ton. Their on-base percentages are pretty similar to their batting averages, and that's not necessarily a good thing in baseball.
Yeah, they only hit .237 as a team this season. Is that second pitch rather is going to bounce in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Lee had a pretty good game in the game we called here at Solano. I believe he had 2 hits, 2 singles. And really has worked his way up the lineup. He was the 5-hole hitter the last game. Now he's batting cleanup.
And the 1-1 offering is low. Runner heading to third, and Litz cannot find the ball.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate break, and sometimes you just can't beat bad luck. And that ball rolled and it hit the umpire's feet and it kind of got tangled. And when Litz took off his mask, he looked the wrong direction, so he couldn't find that ball. So again, a 90-foot mistake, and that not necessarily Litz's fault, and that he couldn't pick up the ball.
Really, really poor start to the game so far for the Falcons. They got to get a couple outs right here. Maybe keep it within 3 runs by the end of the inning as he swings and misses. 2 strikes.
Yeah, with a runner at third and no outs, this is definitely a very tough situation for James Heinrichs to be in. You want to trade. It's hard to say you want to trade outs for runs when you're in the first inning, but you haven't recorded it out yet, so it's what you want. Maybe it goes against conventional wisdom, but you might want it out here and trade a run.
Pitch is outside. Yeah, well, it's so early in the game, and we've seen them make comebacks before, and with Napa Valley being a pretty weak team statistically, I think you would probably trade a run for a couple outs here and move on down 3. That pitch is shot down the left field line foul. That was a ripper.
Yeah, and that game against Solano at home, Solano scored 10 runs, scored 3 runs in 2 innings, scored 4 runs in another. So they're capable of putting big, crooked numbers against Napa's pitching staff.
And we saw their game 2 home games ago that we called where Yuba got up to a big lead early and then ended up losing 21-6 as I was fouled off. So the Falcons do have the ability to work from behind.
Yeah, definitely with the offense, especially the offense in this game. A lot of the heavy hitters are in the lineup for Solano coming up, in that some of the games on the road, they've gotten playing time for Jordy Rodriguez, Luke Noble.
Swung on and fouled off again. Quite a battle in this at-bat from Lee.
But the best hitters for Solano are all in the lineup, 1 through 6. There's definitely an opportunity there to pick up runs, but this is a big battle here. Young Lee has fouled off a couple pitches and working James Heinrich's pitch count up.
And Heinrichs delivers again. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did. Strikeout for James Heinrichs and an important first out for the Falcons.
That was very key. And in community college baseball, there's no umpire down the line, so that was all on the home plate umpire, and he said he went around. That'll bring up Hamish Witters, the left fielder out of New Zealand, 223 hitter, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 9 RBIs, 25 hits, and 112 at-bats with 15 runs scored. This is a clear RBI opportunity for Witters.
Heinrichs finally gets the sign. And the first pitch to Witters, low and outside, 1-0.
I think the momentum of this game has definitely slowed down. The 2 runs have come seemingly in the blink of an eye, and it seems like that long battle with Young Lee has kind of settled down the tempo of this game.
That pitch is in there for a strike. Good breaking ball. Yeah, you know, Heinrichs was he was really going at first, and then you give up a couple runs. Now he's got to slow things down and make every pitch carefully to try and get out of the jam.
I think that meeting at the mound by Coach Stover was a good tactical move.
Swung on and popped up deep into center. Joey Dotson heading over makes the catch, easily going to score a run. Sac fly RBI for Amish Witters.
It is now a 3-0 game. And clearly that ball is hit too well. Joey made a little over-the-shoulder catch and just not in a good position to make any sort of throw to get Fitzpatrick at home. So 3-0. And now 2 outs brings up the center fielder Noah Wallen. 267 average, 6 doubles, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs.
So a lot of power at the number 6 spot for the Napa Valley. First pitch popped up foul down the right side, 0-1.
And so ideally Heinrichs wants to get out of this inning with just the 3 runs given. Don't want to start a 2-out rally here with Wallen.
0-1 pitch, swung on and shot over the head of Garland Webster at short. It's going to be picked up by Dodson in center. That is a base hit for Noah Wallen.
And the box score, that's going to be a screaming line drive into center field, but that one was just in his hands and just just pure muscle into the outfield there by the center fielder. I'll let you do the honors since
bring
your
up
namesake.
Tristan Foley, designated hitter. Name's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The first part of it, at least. Heinrichs with the first pitch to Foley. Low and outside, 1-0.
Foley on the year, 157 hitter, 8 hits and 51 at-bats. No extra base hits, though.
Not reflective of the athleticism of people named Tristan. Just want to let you know that. It's spelled O-N anyways. In there for a strike.
Never knew there were so many different variations of Tristan.
There is. I've seen I-N, I've seen Y-N, O-N, and A-N. And it's multi-gender name, too. Pitch low for a ball.
So Heinrichs falls behind in the count. Heinrichs on the year has 18 walks. That is one thing he hasn't done today, really fall behind too badly on these hitters, but that's because Napa's been so aggressive they haven't necessarily gotten to positions where they could potentially walk.
I've already seen 2, as that pitch is outside, 2 hits on the very first pitch of an at-bat, just starting off right away, swinging.
And with that hit, it's, again, 2-out rally. If he can somehow manage a walk, which is uncharacteristic of Napa, not too many walks for them as a team, definitely start trouble.
That pitch is in there for a strike. Litz fakes the throw to first.
Channeling his inner Andres Quijada, faking the snap throw.
Full count now on Foley. Important pitch for Heinrichs. He does not want to walk. This team strikes out a whole lot.
Yeah, Foley has had 6 strikeouts to only 4 walks.
3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He strikes out Tristan Foley. That'll end the top of the first. Falcons trail 3-0 after top of the first. Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. The Falcons need to make a dent in this deficit. They give up 3 runs in the top of the first. Facenda, Phipps, and Webster to lead off the game for the Falcons. Facenda shows bunt, pulls it back. It's in there for a strike. 0-1 on Facenda.
Facenda hitting .337 on the year, 34 hits and 101 at-bats, 17 runs scored.
But you mentioned he is in a bit of a slump right now.
Yeah,
4 for his last 31.
Yes.
Check swing, and it's in there. 0-2. Quickly behind is Facenda. Yeah, at one point he was hitting just below 400.
But amazingly, even with that 4 for 31 stretch, his on-base plus slugging is .948 on the season.
Wow. Swung on, fouled off. Facenda stays alive, 0-2.
It's even better in a conference play where it's 1.008. And when you have on-base plus slugging over 1, that is some serious pop in the bat of Evan Facenda.
Again, the 0-2 high. Troy Nixon, the starting pitcher for Napa Valley today, and you mentioned earlier 100 hits allowed in 74 innings this season. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and they tag. No, they don't tag him. Now they're going to throw it to first. Evan Facenda strikes out to start off the game for the Falcons.
Yeah, and Troy Nixon is just really a crafty lefty. Kind of, I wouldn't say Jamie Moyer-ish, but he's not going to blow you away with this stuff. Not an overly powerful fastball. It's just he just tries to miss the barrel of the bat, and so he'll try to do that with the DH Jesse Phipps, who comes into today's game hitting .352 on the season, 9 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run, 19 RBIs.
36 strikeouts now for Troy Nixon, 23 in conference play. So he does strike hitters out, but he also has an issue with hits as that pitch is outside, 1-0. And with that 100 hits, 50 runs. Half the runners that get on base score on him. 1-0 pitch, 2-0.
Yeah, so just need 2 base runners in this inning, and, you know, you'll guarantee to get 1 based off the percentages.
I've never seen so many losses. He's lost 9 games this season. 2-0 pitch. Fly ball, right field, heading towards foul territory, and it'll get there. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And Phipps, you don't want to pitch him down and in. That's the one spot he got his home run on the season, was a pitch down and in. He just has the quick hands to turn on that ball, and that ball was just foul.
Nixon with the 2-1 offering, swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that made Phipps take a little walk and regather his focus, and that he swung at a clear ball in the dirt and just a little over-aggressive there.
2-2, swung on and fouled off.
And Phipps on the season really has played better as of late and getting a lot of on-base opportunities, and this is a clear situation where Solano needs base runners to get in front of Webster and Stover.
Swing and a miss. Nasty breaking ball. 2 quick strikeouts for Troy Nixon to start this outing off. That'll bring up Garland Webster.
Number 13, Garland Webster.
Webster has an average over 400 in conference play. 28 hits and 69 at-bats, 7 doubles, 14 RBIs.
First pitch ripped down the left field, or the left side rather, and just foul. Past the diving Garrett.
Yeah, not sure. I wasn't too sure. I thought that might have bounced over the bag, but Stover at third base, the manager of the Solano Falcons, wasn't too upset. So
outside, yeah, I know. He would have made a bigger deal about that if it was a fair ball.
Yeah, Webster's numbers in conference play really have improved his numbers overall.
Fouled off.
You mentioned the tough non-conference schedule. That really took an effect on the sophomore shortstop, but since conference play has come around, he was hitting under 200 when conference play started, and now he's at 321 average, and that's just amazing to consider in such a short amount of time.
And that pitch is inside. It hit him. Yeah, I was wondering what had happened to Webster coming off of last season. He was hitting over 340 as a freshman, and then he comes in here with all these struggles, but they definitely played a harder non-conference schedule this year than they did last year, and they always seem to try and challenge themselves in non-conference play.
Maybe some internal pressures as a returning sophomore, trying to be a leader, maybe doing a little too much.
I mean, he's knowing that he's got to be one of the key players on this team.
Exactly.
First pitch to Tyler Stover, flown to left. This is high and deep, and it's gone. Tyler Stover with a home run to left, and it's 3-2.
And so the big bat of Tyler Stover drives in 2 on that 2-run shot. His 4th home run, 28th and 29th RBIs on the season for the sophomore right fielder.
Gotta love the pop from Tyler Stover. 3 of those 4 homers have been here at home.
And we saw Napa jump on a first pitch. Tyler Stover jumped on that first pitch from Troy Nixon and launched it over the left field wall. That wasn't a cheapie. That wasn't in that little crook in the fence. That was well into left center field.
And that just seemed like a get-me-over pitch for Troy Nixon. Like, it's his first pitch. I don't expect him to come out and swing hard. Let's just get a strike. And he left one over the heart of the plate as that's in there for a strike on Dodson. And Tyler Stover makes no mistake.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to make a mistake to that hitter in that situation. Tyler Stover, an aggressive hitter, and he took that one right over the fence.
0-1 pitch bounces in for a ball.
Now Dodson, the sophomore center fielder / second baseman, 304 on the season, 35 hits and 115 at-bats.
1-1 pitch shot to center field. Heading over his wall, and he'll make the catch. And that'll end the first inning. At the end of one inning, Falcons make a dent in their deficit. They trail 3-2.
Logan Garrett.
Bottom of the lineup now for Napa Valley, 8-9-1 hitters. It'll be Garrett, Miles, and Dahlgren. First pitch swung on and popped up. Right center, Dodson coming over, so is Stover. Dodson gets it right at the last second. He calls off Stover and makes the catch.
Yeah, good communication there by the outfielders, and they kind of give each other a high five, and that it was good by Dodson to call off Stover. He clearly had the better angle on it, and it was just that was a chance. If that was the first inning, Solano might not have made that play based off the luck that they were having. So it's good to put that first out away.
First pitch to Miles, high and it hit him. Looked high and inside, just nicked the jersey on the left arm. Second hit batter of the game already.
And
not batting.
Something that is note, I think, of that hit by pitch, and that he didn't try to get out of the way. He kind of leaned his elbow in there a little bit. And we've seen in games the umpire call the hitter back and say, you didn't make an attempt to get out of that pitch, but the umpire doesn't agree with me, I guess.
Pitch is outside for Dahlgren. Yeah, it's hard to, because the umpire's he's paying attention to the ball, so it's hard to be able, unless it's really obvious, to be able to make that call.
Yeah, it's obviously just a perception.
Of course, the second base umpire could probably make that call too, with the angle he's got. That pitch is low. 2 balls, no strikes on Dahlgren, who doubled on the first pitch of the game.
And Dahlgren didn't even get a chance to read his stat line. 264, 32 hits and 121 at-bats, 5 doubles, 1 triple, 13 RBIs.
2-0 pitch from Heinrichs, and that was way inside.
So Heinrichs exhibiting some control issues.
That nearly hit Dahlgren. He actually did get out of the way of it, and you can hear some of the Napa Valley players say, wear it. 3-0 pitch. Just on the bottom of the strike zone at the knees, 3-1.
I think if Dahlgren was a little bit bigger, it would have been easier to kind of stick his elbow out there.
Yeah, you can't ask a guy about as skinny as me to take a pitch like that. 3-1 from Heinrichs. That misses inside. No, that's a strike. Full count.
A favorable call there for the Falcons. Dahlgren took a couple steps out of the batter's box, thinking that was ball 4.
One thing I have noticed, umpires don't like it when you start to make the call before they make it. Even if the pitch was inside like that one was, they'll be like, no, it's a strike.
Yeah, don't show them up.
So here comes the full count. No, he throws it over to first. Miles not going anywhere.
Yeah, Miles, for a catcher, 2 stolen bases on the season. Caught once.
Heinrichs now checks the sign. Now he's set and time called by Dahlgren.
And Napa getting a little rowdy there. Trying to pump up Dahlgren. It's a complete opposite at bats. First pitch swinging and now a full count for Dahlgren.
Full count pitch popped up. Briar Litz takes the mask off. He's going to be called off by Pridey, and Pridey makes the catch. 2 outs.
And so hit and run was on. Napa, that's what they have to do. They have to be aggressive on the base pass when you have an opportunity to advance runners. And when you're in a situation where you're only, what's their record in conference play? 3-18. 3-18. So you got nothing to lose, really. You can be aggressive all you want. And there was an opportunity there that Dahlgren just got under that ball and popped out to Pridey.
Yeah, at this point, all these games these players are taking towards next season, wherever they're going to be playing, whether they're heading to a university as there's a pitch in for a strike or returning to the college next year.
And Dahlgren just a freshman, and you got to think that Napa would like to have him back as a cornerstone of their program going forward.
Phim also a freshman.
And Phim is batting .263, 30 hits and 114 at-bats.
That pitch is in there for a strike.
And that's a good thing to have, to just have stability at the top of the order and have more experience to get on base for the rest of your lineup. And if you have 2 strong sophomore hitters at the top of your lineup, that kind of puts everybody else in place in the batting order.
0-2 pitch, bounce to third. Pridey picks it up. Throw over to first is in time, and that'll end the top of the second. So we will head to the bottom of the second, but first we're going to send it over to McKenna Guerrero with Coach Tyler Stover.
For me, show Coach Lampa you can count to 4. Are we good?
Hey guys, McKenna Guerrero here reporting live from the Solano dugout, and I'm here with Coach Stover. Coach, many of your players have gone on to the 4-year level to play, but what do you instill in your players so they're not only successful on the field but in the classroom as well?
You know, from the time they get here in the recruiting visit with their parents and they step foot on campus, it's doing everything the right way from the time they wake up and their feet hit the floor till they go to bed. It's going to class, you know, working hard in the weight room, working hard in the field, and not only that, but also being respectful citizens out there, opening the door for women, saying please and thank you, doing everything right from A to Z.
And there's been a lot of ups and downs this season, but what do you believe have been the positives, and what have you learned about yourself as a coach?
You know, we've had so much success the last few years, 6 conference titles in the last 9 years, a lot of playoff appearances, ranked in the top 10 in the RPI the last 10 years. You know, you got to ride the good with the bad. So it's harder to coach when it's not going good. We have some good kids who are working hard. We had some situations that kind of led us to where we are now. But the whole point is just trying to make them understand, let's try to win today's game, play hard the last week, and do the best you can at the end, and then we can build towards next year.
And Friday's the last game of the season. What emotions are running through your mind?
You know, they're going to do the honoring the 300th win. I'm going to honor some of the sophomores. And some of these guys have been with me on my junior team for 7 years. So even though we haven't had the success we wanted to have this year, it'll be emotional for me because some of these guys have been with me for a long time.
Well, great start to today's game after Tyler Stover's home run. How do you plan to keep the momentum going?
We just want to keep putting pressure on the defense, you know, throw strikes, you know, play defense on our end, put pressure on the defense offensively, and hopefully we come out with a win.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck on today's game. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, McKenna. Bottom of the second. Jack Pridey's going to come up, followed by Briar Litz and Alex Nesikevich.
Number 11.
And
Jack
what Coach Stover
Pridey.
said there is to build on next year, and you got to think that the freshman third baseman is definitely a piece that Coach Stover can build around.
First pitch hacked to the left side for a foul ball.
Pridey on the year, 264 average, 24 hits and 91 at-bats, 5 doubles, 2 home runs, and 12 RBIs. And much like Webster, improved since conference play has started.
0-1 pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch was low.
3.03 average in conference play, and 11 of his 12 RBIs have come in conference.
1-1 pitch outside. Yeah, a lot to build on from this season for Jack Pridey. He definitely has a bright future. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and Bloop to right, caught by Fitzpatrick.
They'll bring up Briar Litz, the catcher. Batting .295 on the season, 13 hits and 44 at-bats. 4 doubles and 6 RBIs for the sophomore catcher at a Foothill.
Yeah, he's been a very quality backup catcher this season, and not even so much backup, becoming more of a tandem player. That swung on and ripped. Deep center field. This is way back and off the wall. Litz on his way to second. Trouble with it has Wallen, but Litz, not a very fast runner, will hold up with a double.
Yeah, the catcher's legs got him from extending that to a triple. But again, Briar Litz, since conference play, that is his 4th double and in limited action with Quijada being the primary catcher.
Yeah,
you got to like that.
At the start of the season, he almost never played. I mean, he only played a couple non-conference games, but towards the end, you see here with the games played, it's 29 for Quijada, 22 for Litz. Litz has provided some really quality work, both defensively and offensively for the Falcons.
Now
and then he's a piece that Coach Stover likes to kind of mix and match. If there's RBI situation, he likes to pinch hit for Quijada with Briar Litz, trusting him to deliver in those kind of situations.
So Quintanilla now is batting. Nesikevich was on the lineup card, and he did start. I don't know what happened there.
I think this is an opportunity for an RBI, perhaps, and what Coach Stover was talking about in the interview is you want to keep the momentum going, keep the lineup turning, and with a lefty on the mound, maybe the right-handed bat of Quintanilla can drive home this run.
That pitch is low.
So Quintanilla in for Nesikevich. His afternoon is over. Quintanilla, 224 hitter, 11 hits and 49 at-bats, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs.
1-0 pitch, high.
And really, the best quality I think Quintanilla has as a hitter is his eye. 11 walks drawn in those 49 at-bats, so 60 plate appearances.
Ahead 3-0 here, looks like another potential walk. And there it is, pitch is low, 4-pitch walk for JoJo Quintanilla. 2 on, 1 out now for Nolan Burr.
You got to think this is a sacrifice situation for the freshman out of Santa Cruz.
Number 5.
The Falcons have been first in the state in sacrifices for a really long time now, pretty much all season. They bunt as much as anyone.
Yeah, that's the philosophy here at Solano, is to sacrifice yourself for the team, trust in your teammates to deliver for you. So you sacrifice yourself and your teammate will benefit the team.
He shows bunt, pulls it back, throw down to second. Litz is back in safely, got a little too far off the bag.
Yeah, and luckily the catcher, Miles' arm isn't a rocket of an arm, so Litz had just enough time to get back in.
Not to mention there was no one standing on the base. So Burr steps back in. 0-1. Shows bunt. He fouled it. Looks like it hit his foot before it bounced in front of home plate.
I was about to say that would potentially be the shortest bunt in history. I believe that went about 6 inches off of first to home plate. But clearly that, based off the spin of that didn't come clean off the bat. So 0-2.
Yeah, 0-2 situation for Burr, not likely to bunt. Although we have seen it before, and it looks like we might see it again.
Yeah, he is squaring around.
And he drops it down, too. Nixon picks it up. No other play but to first. Great bunt from Nolan Burr. It does its job. Even with the pressure of a 2-strike situation, that's a good play.
Yeah, and these kind of situations, like Coach Stover talked about, it's building going forward. With Burr being a freshman, to put him in a pressure situation where you have to bunt. You can't foul the ball out or you strike out. And he delivered, so now Facenda has an opportunity to drive home potentially the tying and go-ahead runs.
So Facenda struck out his first time up, looking to, as he calls time, looking to make up for that here. He's got runners on second and third. 2-out situation, though. He's got to get a hit. Pitch bounces in for a ball.
Last game at Solano, Facenda had 2 RBIs. He'd like to duplicate that performance and get 2 more right here in the bottom of the second. Yeah, Evan had his lone home run on the season against Napa.
Pitch outside. 2-0. The Falcons with 9 homers total this season.
Actually, he did not. He had a hit by pitch. I saw the H and got a little excited there.
That pitch misses. Outside, 3-0 on Facenda now, in danger of loading the bases for Phipps.
Yeah, might want to go with the lefty-lefty matchup. Maybe prefer that over Facenda.
Like an unintentional, intentional walk. There it is.
Yep.
Facenda takes the walk. Second walk of the inning for Nixon.
And Nixon, not a huge, I was going to say walker. I don't know.
That's what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah. I kind of set myself up for failure with the phrasing of that sentence, but only 12 walks on the season in 74 innings pitched, so that's a great ratio of control.
Number 14, Jesse
But walk
Phipps.
2 in this inning.
So he's up to 14 now. 11 of those in conference.
It's a huge situation for the DH, Jesse Phipps.
Phipps takes the first pitch high, ball 1.
And the thing about the unintentional intentional walk is that it's going to be difficult for Nixon to find the strike zone again because he was clearly pitching around Facenda, and to get in the strike zone to Phipps showing good patience to get ahead in the count here, 1-0.
1-0 pitch, fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that long swing, looking to put a charge into the outfield. And with it being a count advantage, he was looking to unload on that one. We'll see if he keeps that approach 1-1.
1-1 offering, chopped right back to the mound. Nixon has plenty of time, and he'll make the throw. And he is safe at first.
Amazing.
Unbelievably.
I guess magic is real, folks.
Beat it out.
Because some wizardry just happened at first base, and Young Lee missed the bag when Nixon tossed it over to him. It looked like he stepped near the base, but Coach Bobby Campo immediately pointed down at the ground and said he missed the bag, and the second base umpire had a view of that, and he agreed. So huge break to tie this ball game up.
And now Garland Webster has the bases loaded with a chance to give the Falcons the lead. First pitch in there for a strike. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Really dangerous situation for Napa now. They really were out of the inning right there. Now you've got a run, you've got a tie, you've got the bases loaded, you've got an outstanding hitter with another outstanding hitter on deck. Pitch bounces in for a ball, 1-1.
Yeah, the on-deck hitter just took you deep the last inning, so
last thing you want to see is a grand slam potential. If you get like a walk or a single or something for Webster, and then it could be 8-3. 1-1 pitch, bounced to short, scooped and dropped by Dahlgren. And another run will score. And now, like we were saying, here's Stover with the bases loaded.
And nowhere to put Tyler Stover, and this is a huge opportunity to blow this game open. I talked earlier about the crooked numbers Solano put up against Nixon in his start earlier in the season. It looks like they're well on their way to doing that yet again here in the bottom of the second.
So like we said, I mean, the 50 runs to 100 hits, the guys that get on base against Nixon seem to score in whatever way possible, even if it has to do with errors in the field.
And ironically enough, only 2 hits by Solano. The home run by Tyler Stover, he drove in Webster, who got hit by a pitch, and Briar Litz's double. Otherwise, walk, fielder's choice error.
Pitch bounces in, nice block by Miles. 1-0. Is it safe to say that Nixon's a little intimidated right now?
Yeah, a little shook there, and he thought he got out of the inning twice, and his defense failed him a couple of times. So these unearned runs maybe get in the head of the lefty.
1-1 pitch, way up. 2-0.
Hey, maybe the lesser of evils of giving up a grand slam is just walking him and giving up the 1 run.
Honestly, yeah, that might be something they're considering right here. Or at least pitch around him, see if he goes after something. Low, 3-0. You have to walk him in this situation. I mean, now that you're already down 3-0, you can't just throw one over the middle.
Yeah, you'll see if Tyler has a green light. if anybody on the team would have a green line 3-0, it could be Tyler.
And he does. He takes it, though. 3-1.
Yeah, just checked his swing before. Wasn't exactly in the zone. When you're 3-0, you're looking at one spot, one location. If you don't get it, just hold up. 3-1, still a good hitter's count for Tyler Stover.
So the 3-1 delivery is just low and in. That's a walk. Nixon, with a bit of a look for the home plate umpire. He thought that was a good pitch. RBI on the walk for Stover. 3 runs batted in already in the second inning.
Number 3, Joey Dotson.
So now it's Joey Dotson. Flew out to center. His first time up. He is the 9th hitter to come to the plate for the Falcons. They bat around in the bottom of the second.
And Napa will have a meeting at the mound and have somebody.
They just got someone into the pen, so definitely not taking him out yet.
Yeah, it's definitely a stall tactic just to get at least some warm-up pitches. So he's definitely going to face Dotson. Pridey, Litz. Who knows if Dotson gets on base, if they'll keep Nixon in this ball game. But what can you say about the Falcons' offense? 5 runs so far on this afternoon's game on only 2 hits. Like I said, Tyler Stover's home run drove in Garland Webster, who was hit by a pitch.
Right.
And then in this inning, double, walk, sacrifice, walk. Jesse Phipps reached on that error. I'm going to call an error on the first baseman.
I thought you might call it a single just because it seems more of a mental mistake than a physical. He didn't actually drop the ball or anything, but he did miss the bag.
Yeah. So I think the key word there is mistake, and I think if I was to score, I would call it an E3 or a fielder's choice, and you made the wrong choice. That's another possibility with the scoring.
First pitch to Dodson is in there for a strike.
And after Phipps, Garland Webster reached on the error by Dahlgren. I saw Dahlgren taking short hops like that in warm-ups, and he was handling them pretty well. Just couldn't handle that short hop.
Here's a swing and a high fly ball to right, caught by Fitzpatrick. That'll end the inning for Napa and stop the bleeding a little bit. Falcons score 3 runs, and they take a 5-3 lead after 2. Top of the 3rd inning, Napa goes back to the plate, but this time they're going to come up with a deficit. First time this game. James Heinrichs can be reassured now. He's got a 2-run lead.
Looking to post back-to-back shutdown innings after Solano scored 2. He put up a 0 there in the top, and that led his offense to score 3 in the bottom, and now he's pitching with the lead. It's actually 5-3 on the scoreboard, not 4-3.
0-1 pitch, drops down a bunt, caught on the dive by James Heinrichs. What a play.
Amazing athleticism there by the pitcher to lay out for that bunt attempt, and he took a big sigh of relief once he was on the ground, thanked the heavens, and now he's walking back to the mound. As a top play nominee, I would say.
I guess you call that a bunt line out? Great play by Heinrichs, man. Not much time to react there.
Yeah, and his momentum as a righty is not going towards the right side of the mound because he's falling off to the left with his release. And so just good good reflexes there by the pitcher.
Right. It's only the third inning, but we've already had 2 starters, one on each team as that pitch is low for a ball, out of the game early. Jake Pierce is now in for Young Lee, who was the cleanup hitter for Napa Valley. So, again, not sure what happened there, just like I'm not sure what happened with Nesikevich. If it's just, it seems early to make a change as a swing and a miss unless there's some sort of health issue.
Yeah, potentially. Young Lee was the person who missed the bag, so potentially have Jake Pierce get in there as some sort of
punishment.
Yeah, punishment. I don't want to say punishment, but yeah, punishment.
That pitch is outside. 2-2.
So Pierce, 18 hits and 87 at bats, so not necessarily a bench player. Having 87 at bats in the season is pretty normal at this point, but only a 207 average, 5 RBIs, and will be playing first base.
And that pitch is just off. That looked like a really good breaking ball.
Actually, I'm not sure if Pierce is going to be at first base just because he's typically an outfielder and Fitzpatrick is in right field. Fitzpatrick has played first base in his career, so potentially Pierce in right and Fitzpatrick move over to first. But we'll see once Napa goes back on the defensive side to see exactly where Jake Pierce will play in the field.
The pitch to Pierce is popped up right behind home plate. That's just going to bounce behind us. Everyone grabbing for their heads.
Yeah, I think in the 3 years that I've been here, that's the closest we've ever been hit to a foul ball. So close, no cigar.
We had one last time that just landed next to the tent. Probably about as far as that one was.
Yeah, one of these days this tent's going to get hit.
Swung on and chopped to short. Picked up by Webster on a weird hop, and he falls awkwardly on his knee.
Yeah,
I'm hoping he's okay. Looks like he's all right.
Yeah, it was just a wicked hop there on the. There's a short hop there by
like
Pierce.
He played the hop perfectly.
He did,
and then
he just lost his footing.
As he transitioned to throw it, he lost his foot.
Yeah, because he was going back, you really have to put a lot of torque in, and just the momentum that would take. He tried to make the throw, but it just caused his foot to slip out. And once you get your back foot out of the throw, there's no chance of even making that play.
The pitch is inside, and Pierce's great speed definitely forced his movement. Pierce, 7 stolen bases on 8 attempts this season. He's definitely got some wheels, and he made that play rushed for Webster because Webster knew he didn't have a whole lot of time.
That'll bring up Hamish Witters, who sacrificed.
1-0 pitch is not. Did he call that? He did call that a strike. Litz threw it over to first. Took the umpire a while to end up calling that one a strike. It was right down the middle, it seemed to me. 1-1 now.
He got there eventually, you know. Not paid by the hour. Or maybe he is paid by the hour.
If he is, he'd take as much time as he'd want.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch. Bounced right back up the middle off of Heinrichs. Flipped to second. Relay to first. What a double play. Nolan Burr to Webster to Facenda. What a play.
This inning, I swear. 2 web jams, one by the pitcher on the Fitzpatrick pop-up, and now that amazing double play, the back flip by Burr to Garland Webster to throw out Witters. Amazing double play.
ESPN, what's up? End of the top of the third. Falcons still up 5-3. bottom of the
Jack
third.
Friday.
Falcons back to the plate. Jack Pridey will lead it off for the Falcons. Unbelievable double play there to end that last inning.
Yeah, the 4-hole hitter will be Nolan Burr, who started that double play. Amazing back little flip by the glove.
Oh, first pitch hits Pridey on the leg. Third hit batter here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, the first time it was Garland Webster who got hit, and he got home on the next pitch from Tyler Stover's 2-run home run. And the way Briar Litz nailed that double in the second inning,
Number 30.
maybe deja vu here in the third inning.
Back to that double play. It hit Heinrichs' leg and kind of ricocheted a little.
Yeah, that was key to the play because it slowed the ball down enough.
Pitch is low.
That it allowed Burr to get there in plenty of time to kind of glove the ball. It was amazing. No time to transfer the ball.
Yeah, I know. He just flipped it with his glove over to Webster, and Webster had to turn around and make the throw because he caught it on one side and had to turn around and face Facenda to make the throw. Swing and a miss. Healthy rip by Briar Litz right there.
I think Witter was so surprised that he was halfway down the line when Webster was unloading that throw, and you expect him to be further down the line, but it was just an amazing play by the Falcons defense. I didn't think Heinrichs' play could be upstaged by anything, but that double play definitely upstaged it.
Yeah, that's the best double play I've seen turned all year.
And they'll look to capitalize on that defensive momentum here in the bottom. Scored in the bottom of the first and the bottom of the second. See if they can put another score up here.
1-1 pitch bounces in. And you mentioned Web Gems. Remember when that used to be like a 30-minute show on ESPN?
Yeah, and you weren't here last year, but their shortstop, Faru Bukaba, he would be perfect for Web Gems. And really, this season, not a ton of Web Gems because some defensive inefficiencies on the Falcons side, but that definitely was not on display here.
Swung on it, fouled off. Pridey was running. Looks like a hit and run was on, and Litz was unable to put it in fair territory.
Yeah, both squads are pretty similar in philosophies. We saw Napa try and hit and run, and here you trust Briar Litz to make contact on the 2-2 pitch.
So now the 2-2 bounces and gets away. Easily over to second is Jack Pridey.
That breaks up the double play potential. And with a slow catcher, we saw that Litz's wheels aren't exactly the fastest, and that Noah Wallen in center field bobbled the throw, and you would expect him to take third. But with a runner at first and no outs, you expect Nixon to try and pitch for the double play, but with that pass ball or wild pitch, however you want to
I would call that a pass ball because Miles got most of his chest on that, and he had already made several blocks.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that call.
Litz now with a shot deep to left. This is going back to the track, and it's off the wall. Briar Litz has another extra base hit. He'll hold up at second. RBI double.
Yeah, the left fielder there, Hamish Witters, was tracking, and that ball was slicing away from him. He just didn't take a good route to it, and ultimately, when the ball was at the wall, it was catchable, but because of the route he took, it was an awkward attempt to try and glove the ball, and he was off balance, and he just wasn't able to do so, and so that brings home Pridey.
He got part of it, but his shoulder hit the wall as he was trying to make a catch there, and even hit part of that metal lining in left.
So I think that will do it for Troy Nixon. Short outing
Looking
there.
at Napa's pitching, I mean, it really doesn't matter who they bring in. Nobody has good statistics.
Yeah, perhaps in this right-handed heavy lineup, the only left-handed batter is Nolan Burr, who's on deck. Maybe bringing in the righty will have better effects in that you don't see a right-handed pitch as well from a right as you do a lefty. Lefty, you get a little better look as a right-handed batter, and righties tend to do a lot better against left-handed pitchers. But we'll see how this move really affects things going forward. Solano has scored in all 3 innings at bat, and no outs in this inning too. So another
Litz
opportunity.
really wasn't too far off from a home run on that last one, too.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple of real power swings off of Nixon, which is why he's given up so many hits this season.
Yeah, out of my periphery to the side, I saw some of the audience here at the crowd at Billy Louise Yarborough Stadium start to stand up, trying to see, oh, is it going to go out? Is it going to go out? And just hit off the wall. It was so close to that little crook.
Yeah, exactly. It was just to the right of the little crook where the lower fence is. It might have been tall enough to get over that if it had been on that side.
And you see the pitcher for Napa warming up there, Jack Malcolm. 9 2/3 innings pitched, 9.53 ERA, 10 runs, 8 earned in the 9 2/3 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed, 10 walks. So got to be patient here with a guy who's walked more batters than innings pitched. So
yeah, you see the walks. I mean, he's given up as many runs as hits. Well, he's given up more runs than hits and as many runs as walks.
Yeah, and that
very bad statistics.
And your whip is over 2 because 9 hits, 10 walks, 19 divided by the 9.23. That's over 2. Ideally, as a pitcher, you want your whip around 1, 1.5. That's kind of acceptable. The elite pitchers are around 1. The more average pitchers, 1.2, 1.5. When it's over 2, you know there's some control issues with the pitcher. And so Jojo Quintanilla, we talked about the patience. He drew a walk in the bottom of the second.
Now, Malcolm actually has a decent-ish batting average against. 273 is not a good batting average against, but for this team, as he shows bunt, pulls it away, that's actually third best. And you look at some of these guys, so you look at this right here. Jared Mayfield, right, 238 batting average against. That's pretty good. But yet he's got a 13.50 ERA. How does he have that? Because he has 19 walks in 6 innings.
Yeah, 3-to-1 ratio in walks.
Unbelievable.
So you walk
There's
the bases
a bunt
loaded.
by Quintanilla. It's going to roll foul. Yeah, just some ridiculous stats over here. Rudstrom's held to a 227 batting average against, and yet his 11 walks gives him a 6.75 ERA.
Yeah, and those numbers you're reading are the pitchers who've pitched single-digit innings. You look up at the double-digit innings, a lot of 290s, 300s. So,
oh yeah,
Napa
every one of these other pitchers here has given up at least a 296 average against. As that pitch is low, bounces in 2-1.
And so you see the eye there from the freshman out of Dixon. I think another piece for Solano going forward, along with Jack Pridey, is Jojo Quintanilla. He's gotten a lot of opportunities here towards the second half of the season and really shown he is definitely in the conversation to be a consistent outfielder for the Solano Falcons going forward.
Good eye there. It's 3-1. Quintanilla has been laying off of some close pitches, and you noticed his eye earlier we talked about before he got that walk. He's taken quite a few walks, and not too surprising considering how small his strike zone is, but much shorter guy there.
Yeah.
But definitely an outstanding eye, and he knows how to get on base.
I think he'd make a really good 2-hole hitter.
That pitch is in there for a strike. Yeah, he's only hitting 224, and yet the on-base percentage is 406.
Yeah, and that's all you want out of the top of the lineup is find a way on base. Even if you're not hitting for a terrific average, if you're drawing walks for your 3-4 hitters, odds are those 3-4 hitters are going to drive you in.
Full count pitch, fouled off. His 406 on-base percentage is third on the team. Only Phipps and Facenda have a higher on-base percentage. So we'll do the full count again. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up here.
Again, no outs, runner at second.
And he takes one inside. Quintanilla with his second walk of the game.
And there Jojo shows his eye. And that, again, brings the same situation Nolan Burr was in the bottom of the second, this time with no outs.
Nolan Burr.
And he laid down a sacrifice bunt with 2 strikes, so a lot of pressure. And he laid down the bunt, and that really let things roll from there. Facenda got on with the walk, and they scored the 3 runs to go ahead in this game.
So the first pitch, Burr shows bunt, and he drops it down. This is rolling, and it just goes foul. Burr very nearly had a crafty bunt single.
Yeah, just too many pebbles there down to the third baseline. could not stay fair.
Very fortunate that it went foul if you're Garrett, because if you let that pitch stay, or you let that ball stay when you had the chance to get the out, and it ends up staying fair, and you load the bases with nobody out, you're going to be in some hot water.
Yeah, it's an all or nothing type of play from Garrett there. If you let it go, and it stays fair, then bases are loaded for Evan Facenda, and you're in a whole lot of trouble with no outs.
And Burr drops this one down to the first base side. That just goes foul.
Okay, so we're in a Goldilocks situation where the third baseline didn't work, the first baseline didn't work, so now you need a bunt that's just right.
You got to get one up the middle.
Yeah.
Right back to the mound.
And that's where he bunted in the bottom of the second, and with 2 outs, he bunted it very slowly.
He bunted it with 2 strikes, too, just like this situation.
Yeah. So we'll see if Stover keeps the bunt on. Maybe with a 3-run lead, maybe you play it a little bit more aggressively and kind of pull back and slash and try and catch the defense off guard.
And nasty curveball strikes him out. Burr didn't even really seem like he wanted to swing at that pitch.
Yeah, no, he definitely was not looking off speed, and that curveball was right in there. He hadn't seen that pitch all at bat, and when you don't see a guy's breaking ball and you see it for the first time in a 2-strike situation, it can freeze you.
Oh yeah.
And so, Evan Facenda's 3rd plate appearance in 3 innings. He's walked and has a strikeout in the first inning. He struck out swinging.
2 on, 1 out for the Falcons here. A chance to add to this 6-3 lead. Another nasty breaking ball. This one was a little high. 1-0.
Facenda scored the 3rd run of the 3 in the bottom of the second. That run was his 18th on the year.
Malcolm with the pitch. And it's low and in for a strike, just inside corner.
I'd really like to see Evan break out of his slump with a potential RBI hit here. Only 11 RBIs for the sophomore first baseman.
Yeah, I know. That's why I sent you over there.
And in an interview with us at SCSN,
that pitch is in there for a strike. Another nice breaking ball.
He kind of jokingly mentioned how he's the leadoff hitter, and we asked him why, because he has such great numbers. It's because he said that he's getting all his hits with nobody on base. So that's a perfect leadoff guy. You lead off the game with nobody on base and have your teammates drive you in.
And the 1-2 bounces in. Runner heading for 3rd. And he gets there easily. Good heads-up base running. And you hear Scott Stover. You can hear him from here. How does he get to 3rd and you're still on 1st?
He was amazed that Briar Litz took off. You don't see the catcher take off too many times, and Quintanilla stunned at first base. Weird things are happening over at first base.
In all fairness to him, the ball went to the right side of the infield. The catcher would have had a much easier throw to 2nd than he did cross his body to 3rd.
That's true. And that ball was spinning back towards the catcher, and obviously the throw down to 2nd would be more in line.
And now he's going, as that's going to be hit into foul territory, and it's going to get out of play. So Quintanilla tries to right that ship by getting a steal. Only 1 steal on the year, too. He really wanted to get over to 2nd there.
You think Scott Stover's trolling his freshman left fielder there?
A little bit.
You should be at 2nd. I'm going to put the hit and run on. You're going to get to 2nd no matter what. A 2-2 count.
Almost wish Facenda took that. Swing and a miss. Facenda strikes out for the 2nd time. Slams his bat in frustration.
Yeah, so we see Malcolm's curveball getting his 5th and 6th strikeout on the year.
Number 14, Jesse Phipps.
So that'll bring up Jesse Phipps. Struck out his first time up, RBI single in the 2nd inning, which was last inning. It was going fast early on, but the game has slowed considerably. First pitch to Phipps, swung on and fouled right back. 0-1.
Just like you would want. Your 1 and 2 hitters have hit three plate appearances in the first 3 innings. That more often than not means that you're going to win this game and you're going to be ahead in this ball game.
Yeah, especially if you could get them to 9 plate appearances in 9 innings. Of course, when you're the home team, you only want to have 8 innings. Stepping off is Malcolm.
But could you imagine if they had 9 plate appearances? That means it'd be like a 23-23 game, tie ball game. That'd be insane.
Oh, if both teams had 9, yeah.
That'd be some all-star stuff.
A pitch out. Quintanilla not going anywhere.
Yeah, interesting call there.
Very interesting call there. They did see him go on that last batter, I guess, but I don't know if I would make that call.
Yeah, maybe Napa, they're familiar with Solano. Maybe they thought they picked up the signs for Solano and saw the hit and run was on or saw a straight steal was on and try to make an educated guess, but they were wrong there. And now he's behind in the count, 2-1.
2-1 pitch, fouled right back in front of us, 2-2.
So 1 run's across so far on the bottom of the third. Phipps looking to drive in. Briar Litz, who's standing at third base. Jojo Quintanilla, the runner at first. 2 outs.
Swung on and missed. Phipps strikes out, his second strikeout of the game. That'll end the 3rd inning at the end of 3. Falcons on top, 6-3.
Hi everybody, Greg Poff here in the Solano College Sports Network studios, and we sure hope you're enjoying today's special game broadcast. And if you're interested in a career in sports broadcasting, or you would like to take one of our sports broadcasting courses here at the college, you can easily find them listed in the SCC schedule of classes under Communication Studies. Come on over to our TV studio in room 121 and check us out. Be a part of the Solano College Sports Broadcasting team. We're here at SCSN. It's more than just sports. It's an education.
Top of the 4th, Noah Wallen's going to lead off for Napa Valley, who now trail 6-3.
We got a defensive substitution for Solano. Tyler Thornley is in at second base, replacing Nolan Burr, the freshman at Santa Cruz.
Number 16.
Gets replaced by another freshman.
First pitch to Wallen outside. So I guess Scott's thinking, why don't you quit while you're ahead after that double play
Yeah.
that he turned last inning.
We can only go down from here.
Pitch in there for a strike, 1-1.
Again, an opportunity there for Tyler Thornley to be, he's really a utility kind of guy. Being behind the graphics for producing, he had 4 different positions he could play.
1 for a swung on and missed.
And yeah,
1-2.
That kind of utility player is definitely valuable for the Falcons going forward. Same with Luke Noble, who plays center, plays infield. Kind of reminiscent of Joey Dotson last year, not production-wise.
Checked his swing, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But in baseball, you really like the versatility that some players can bring of Luke Noble and Tyler Thornley that can play all-around positions and play them well.
And now the 2-2 pitch inside, full count. Utility players definitely get underrated at any level, really, from high school up to the big leagues. But you never know when there's going to be an injury. And then on top of that, starters get tired. They need days off. It's always good to have one guy who can play any position. As that pitch is swung on a bounce to third, picked up by Pridey, thrown to first. Nice pick at first by Facenda. And they get the out. It was like an Andrew Romine type player. This is just obviously from a Tigers fan.
Yeah.
Someone that I know, but he's actually played, and even Brandon Inge, he used to be my favorite player.
Yeah.
He played every
28,
single
Tristan
position,
Foley.
including pitcher. He actually threw fastball and a knuckleball as his pitch count arsenal, and he pitched an inning without giving up a run. That's in there for a strike. They actually started pitching him regularly in blowouts. Brad Osmus did. until one day he gave up like 3 homers, and they're like, let's stop doing that.
Yeah, you're no Tim Wakefield.
Pitch is bounced to short, picked up by Webster. Throw to first, and they got him.
And see,
2 up, 2 down.
As a Red Sox fan, my mind immediately went to Brock Holt, who was an all-star for the Red Sox, played at every position except for pitcher and catcher.
Right.
So you one-up me with the example there.
Number 2, Logan Garrett.
Oh, well, we've had so many of those types of players.
Yeah.
Even
Omar,
Don Kelly.
I was thinking Omar Infante.
Infante, yeah. Before he became a starter, as that's in there for a strike. And then, of course, he went to Kansas City and started hitting on us.
Yeah, he was the one who kind of started that trend of the All-Star games. Once they started meaning something, you really valued those utility players because the game means something now. And Infante made the All-Star team with the Braves.
Bounces in for a ball.
As that super utility guy. You look at Ben Zobrist, who signed with the Chicago Cubs, can play all around the diamond. And really, for Coach Scott Stover, having those players like Luke Noble who could play corner outfield, center field, middle infield at second base, and same with Tyler Thornley who could play the corners and middle infield and third base, really valuable.
That pitch, outside corner for a strike. Yeah, you really need those guys because on top of having to give guys off days or injuries, there's also times that, you know, even almost an attitude adjustment for a player, or maybe he's making bad plays and he just needs a break. That pitch is swung on right center field. This is going to drop. Base hit. Stover over there to pick it up. He fumbles it, rather. And the ball gets thrown back in by Dodson. Stover makes an error, and the runner gets an extra base.
Yeah, so single by Garrett, advances to second on the error by Tyler Stover. That ball just hopped up, hit the heel of his glove, and kind of rolled up his arm.
I thought that he kept it in front of him for a second. It turns out it was behind him. Yeah. Fortunately,
Matt Miles.
Dodson was over there to back him up.
Yeah, otherwise that could have been an extra 90 feet and could have been at third base with 2 outs for the catcher who was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat.
Matt Miles. Heinrichs checks the runner at second. Pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
Back to the utility kind of discussion we were having. I think that's good if for players looking to go to the 4-year universities to show your value in transferring from Solano to a 4-year university that, hey, look, I can play multiple positions, and Coach Stover gives his players opportunities to do so.
0-1 pitch, fouled off. Yeah, that's the thing that's really important when moving on is versatility. There's 9 positions out there, and you just don't know. This college might be interested in you for your offense, but they might not have openings at certain positions. Mm-hmm. You know, you might be a third baseman by trade, and they have a great third baseman. Your secondary position could be shortstop. They might have a great shortstop, and you need to play left field or DH or catcher or whatever. And the more things that you know, the better you can be used at any place you go on to. Swung on and missed. He strikes out Matt Miles to end the top of the 4th. At the end of 3.5 innings, Falcons still on top 6-3.
Hello, I'm Briar Litz, and thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back, bottom of the 4th inning. Falcons on top 6-3. They've scored in every inning in this game. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. They look to keep up that roll. Garland Webster, Tyler Stover, and Joey Dotson, the right hitters to have up if you want to score more runs this inning.
Yeah, the heart of the order for the Falcons are up, starting with the 3-hole hitter.
Webster with a pop-up high in the air right field, heading towards foul territory, and is going to drop on the wall. Just in fair territory. Webster's on his way digging for third. He's going to slide in safe with a leadoff triple.
Wow. Garland Webster with the careful placement down the right field line and shows the wheels by the shortstop to get his first triple of the season and the first
pitch swinging mentality of the Falcons pays off yet again. This man, Tyler Stover, hit a 2-run home run on the first pitch he saw in the bottom of the first. Walked his second plate appearance in the second inning, so he is 1 for 1. 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored. And Webster reaches base for the 3rd straight time. Hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and that was his first hit. So 1 for 2 for Garland Webster.
That really looked like it was slicing towards the right, like it was going to head maybe a little foul, but I jumped on that one a little too early.
Yeah, you kind of convinced me, and I kind of looked down, and then you said that it landed in fair territory, and luckily for the Falcons, it did land in fair territory.
Now, I'm also not sure what happened there in right as that pitch is low and in, because he really took a poor angle to it, and that's Witters. We mentioned there was several switches. Jake Pierce came in for Young Lee, but he didn't take over at first. He moved to left. Witters moved from left to right, and Fitzpatrick moved from right to first. So that was Witters who struggled with that, as that's fouled off by Stover in right. He took a very, very odd angle towards it, and then just kind of like accepted that it was going to drop, and I really thought he had a play on that.
Yeah, I think the slice of the ball, too, kind of let the ball roll away from him, and it reached the fence, and it was just a bad positioning, bad route, and Garland Webster ends up at third base with no outs.
So now it's 3-1 on Stover. Chance to put 2 runners on here with nobody out. Dodson's up next.
Yeah, and he's been 0 for 2, so pitch around the hot-hitting Tyler Stover.
And they throw one in the zone there. He fouled it off. Yeah, just turned on it a little.
Yeah, 2 out in front there by Tyler Stover. His eyes lit up a little bit. Looked for a multi-homer game.
That might have been inside, too. It would have been borderline if he took it.
Yeah, and those inside pitches, when they're so far inside, you got to be strong-handed to keep that in fair territory. Not a lot of people can do that.
And that pitch is inside, and it hit him on the arm. So another hit by pitch. 3rd for the Falcons and 4th one overall. So 2 on, none out. Joey Dodson now. Fly out to center and fly out to right.
3, Joey
so, Allison Albert, Hall of Fame trainer, and her training staff are going to break out the ice bags after this game. 3 hit batters for Solano. Garland Webster, Tyler Stover, and Jack Bridey, who is on deck. So Joey looking to drive in the run. Has 10 RBIs on the season.
First pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it back. Throw over to first. It was tight.
Yeah, risky.
Probably would like to see Stover dive back into first.
Just read my mind, Tristan. I was going to say you ideally like to have him dive back into the bag and avoid that tag right on his leg.
Malcolm now with the 1-0. Stover's heading to second. Throw is way high. Stover steals second base.
So instead of bunting the runner over, Tyler Stover steals it himself. Fifth stolen base. Himself, yeah. 5th steal for Tyler Stover on the season.
So now there's 2nd and 3rd, nobody out.
And a good hitters count.
Dodson still wants to bunt, or if they're going to have him swing away here.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like he's swinging.
Yeah.
Pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1.
Not sure with the runner moving up if the bunt situation would be of any benefit unless it was a suicide squeeze or a safety squeeze. And Webster
there's really
looks
no
pretty
reason for that.
Yeah, and especially when you're up 3.
Swinging a bouncer to second. That'll get the run in. Throw over to first. RBI ground out for Joey Dodson.
And that's good fundamental baseball. When there's runner at 3rd, less than 2 outs, when there's no outs in the inning, all you have to do is hit a ground ball towards the right side of the infield, and that's exactly what Joey Dodson did, and picks up a RBI.
Yeah, exactly. Both the runners were on the left side, so he puts it onto the right side.
Funny moment as he goes back to the dugout, gets a nice hug from Coach Scott Stover.
First pitch now to Pridey is low, ball 1.
Pridey 0 for 1 this afternoon with a fly out and a hit by pitch.
Runner on 3rd here, 1 out, so great chance for Pridey to knock in a run too. Pitch way up there. Miles has to leap out of his crouch to make the catch.
And something we talked about is now they scored in 4 straight innings to start out this ball game.
Swung on, flied over to left. That's going to be foul. Didn't want to call that one foul too early after the last one.
Man, this bottom of the 4th and misspeaks. I said himself, you said flied.
Oh, yeah. Flew.
We are not proper grammar here in the bottom of the 4th. It's been a long 4 innings, folks. 7-3 ball game.
Already an hour and a half in. Swung on and fouled back.
Yeah, just got a piece of that. Brings the count 2-2. Has an opportunity for Jack Malcolm to play with the pitch to try and strike out Jack Brady. He struck out the side in the 3rd inning. He's yet to record now other than a strikeout.
2-2. Swung on, and there it is. There's a strikeout. So you've got Briar Litz now with the chance to get a second run batted in today. He's got 2 doubles and an RBI. He's having a heck of a game so far. A chance for a 3rd straight. It's been 3 straight innings. If he were to double here, it would be 3 straight doubles and 3 straight innings.
And back-to-back RBI doubles.
Pitch is high for a ball.
He looks back to the coaching box to get tips from his coach, Coach Scott Stover.
One-0. Ripped. Left side base hit. Briar Litz making an early case for player of the game here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, 3 for 3 for Briar Litz. 1 single, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs.
Falcons on top 8-3, and that one was the only one of the 2 that was a 2-out hit too, so really impressive piece of hitting by Briar Litz.
We'll see if Jojo Quintanilla can get a hit. Walked his 2 previous plate appearances in the last 2 innings.
That pitch misses. 1-0.
Yeah, I think you mentioned
2 walks.
His short stature really does benefit him, plus his eye. He crouches down in his stance and really shrinks his strike zone to a pretty small amount.
I know, that's absolutely microscopic. Like that's a matter of an inch or 2 right there. It's got to be so precise.
And baseball is a game of inches, and you lose those inches, and then you have to be a lot more accurate with your pitches.
And it's already 3-0 on Quintanilla, looking on drawing a 3rd straight walk.
On deck is Tyler Thornley, who came in for Nolan Burr.
3-0 pitch. There's a strike. Quintanilla tried to sell it a little.
Yeah, taking all the way. 3-1 pitch now.
And that was inside. 3 walks to Quintanilla. That on-base percentage is just off the charts right now.
Yeah, we talked 406 on-base percentage on the season, 410 in conference play, and when you're 3 for 3, 3 walks, your average doesn't change whatsoever, but your on-base percentage.
That on-base percentage is what matters, in my opinion. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
If you're hitting 300, but your on-base percentage is 310, this other guy's hitting 200, but he's 400, you're going to take him.
Yeah, not to talk bad about Napa, but we see that a lot in Napa's stat lines is that you hit 300, you hit 275, but your on-base percentage is 300. It's not too much higher than your average.
First pitch ripped to left, going back to the track and not able to make the catch in left. That's going to score a run.
Almost went out there by Tyler Thornley. First pitch swinging, just hit off the top of the small part of the fence.
Thornley
and
just back into the game, or just into the game rather. And wow, I mean,
some pop out of the utility infielder. Tyler Thornley, his second double, second RBI, first double and first RBI in conference play.
And you've got Jake Pierce over there in left at New Addition, and man, he He wasn't sure what he was doing on that one. Not that he was going to make that catch easily, but he didn't seem to know where to go right away. He froze for a second and started just running back there. And now here's a swing and a fly ball to center, caught easily by Wallen. That'll end the 4th inning, and the Falcons are on top 8-3 at the end of 4. Top of the 5th. First pitch to Dahlgren, high for a ball. Heinrichs goes back to work. 3 outstanding innings since that first inning. He hasn't given up a run.
Yeah, that first inning for Heinrich started in a flash, 3 quick runs.
Pitch outside corner for a strike, 1-1.
But after that, settled down as pitched stellar ball, only giving up 2 hits since that first inning.
Swinging a pop-up right behind home. Litz is coming for it, and so is the first baseman, Facenda, who makes the catch.
And so, good job by Facenda calling off Litz. I was wondering if they're going to call him out automatically because he got in the way of Litz and was runner interference. But
yeah, there was definitely interference. If maybe the ball had been dropped, they would have called it, I'm sure. Especially if Litz was the one who actually tried to make the play and not Facenda. That pitch is low. Ball 1 to Ben Phim.
Singled in the first and grounded out to Jack Pridey in the second. 1 for 2.
1-0 pitch is out low and outside, 2-0.
So we'll see if Ben Phim can try and get on base. They've had a base runner in each of the 3 innings after the first, but they've been stranded.
Bouncer to third, picked up by Pridey on 1 hop. Throw to first. Facenda jumps over the bag, steps on the bag, and tags the runner out. I think he's out like 3 times there.
Yeah. Wanted to make sure he was out. It's a little weird that he tagged him, and he could have just landed on the bag.
I think after he jumped over it, he stepped on it before he tagged him,
yeah.
too. It seemed to me like he already was out, but no harm in making sure.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick with a single and that bunt line out to Heinrichs. He pops this one up. Foul territory. Litz coming over for it, and he missed it.
Just out of the reach of Briar Litz. And if you're Fitzpatrick, when you have 5 home runs and you're bunting, that'll kind of prevent you from ever wanting to bunt ever again. And the one time you do bunt,
exactly,
just popped straight up and made it.
Barely popped up. There wasn't even a whole lot of air on it, but the pitcher makes a dive and a great play.
So at least if I swing with all my might, at least I can potentially get.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, like that.
Fitzpatrick way out in front of that one.
Yeah, swing with all your might just like that and try and get his 6th home run of the season.
0-2 now on Fitzpatrick. Heinrichs with the 0-2. Just high. That pitch has been a strike all day.
And that's not the worst thing in the world, 0-2 pitch. Heinrichs is obviously going to shave the corners there, not going to give him a good pitch to hit.
1-2, bounces in, 2-2.
Yeah, he's really just trying to get Fitzpatrick to chase at this point. Again, Fitzpatrick, 29 strikeouts on this season. 29 strikeouts and 117 at-bats. So nearly a fourth of his at-bats end in strikeouts.
2-2 pitch.
He started walking away.
Fitzpatrick lost track of the count and then tried to play it off cool.
Oh, I thought he was walking to his dugout and saying, "Oh yeah, that struck me out."
That could have been too.
Yeah, because I didn't
see walking to first.
Yeah, I didn't see him walk down the line. I saw him walking towards his dugout.
3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Either way, he is retired. Great job by James Heinrichs. Another great inning. End of the top of the 5th, and the Falcons still lead at 9-3. Welcome back, bottom of the 5th inning. New pitcher for Napa Valley. It's Christian Moore with the stellar 5.68 ERA this season.
Yeah, 19 innings, 5 earned runs, 8 runs overall, 9 strikeouts to 11 walks, 25 hits. That's a 350 whip for you stat aficionados. That is not the best whip.
Just about everyone on this Napa Valley team seems to have worse stats in conference than out of it.
I mean, if you think of walks and hits per innings pitched, that's what whip stands for. That means 3.5 runners advance per inning pitched. That's basically scoring a run every single inning. Yeah.
6.43 is his conference play ERA. First pitch to Phipps way up there at the head level.
Yeah, but he's cut that in half at least in conference play, a 166 whip. So since conference play has started, even though his ERA has gone up, his whip has gone down.
Batting average against 325, 298 in conference. Both are not good. Phipps pops one up. Left side, this could be fair. It's going to drop. Yeah. The left fielder had a hand on it, and he is unable to make the play.
Yeah, that was right in the Bermuda Triangle there in between the shortstop, the third baseman, and left fielder. And just looking at the route Logan Garrett took to that ball, the third baseman, he completely overran that ball. That ball was tailing back towards the field of play. Garrett didn't take the proper path to it. I thought Garrett had the best chance.
And Pierce ended up actually getting his mitt on the ball.
Yeah.
And still couldn't come up with it.
Yeah.
He caught it kind of on his palm, and then it just rolled into his chest and dropped down. So, unconventional single for Phipps. 2 strikeouts, 2 singles. Now he's 2 for 4.
But yeah, he'll take it.
Ball bounces into Webster. Webster last time up with an odd triple. A lot of odd things have happened in this game so far.
A lot of oddities in this 9-3 ball game.
Webster's batting average may not have gone up a whole lot today. 1 hit, but 3 times to the base path. His on-base percentage is feeling pretty good right now. He's been hit by a pitch, reached on error, as that pitch is in there for a strike to go along with his triple.
Yeah, on the year, 446 on-base percentage in conference play, so nearly 1 out of every 2 at-bats. 446, that's approximately 9 out of every 20.
That pitch is outside. Nice stop by Miles. 2-1.
When you have runners on base, that's what gets these RBI totals you get from the cleanup hitter Tyler Stover, who has driven in 30 runs on the season after his 3 RBIs today.
And here comes the 2-1 pitch, fouled off by Webster right back.
I think this is kind of the example that we expected from Solano all season long, in that we see all the offensive prowess that a lot of these hitters have. It's just linking the lineup together and having those key timely hits haven't always been the case. It's always been a hitter's been hot in the top of the lineup and then towards the middle of the lineup, but those two haven't synced up to drive in runs.
2-2 pitch, bounces in. Runner heading to second. He will get there easily despite the throw.
Another case where you kind of want the runner to slide, but Phipps in there standing up.
I don't think he expected a throw.
No.
I didn't either.
Yeah, and it was a really close play actually by Matt Miles to kind of spin and throw. Really risky play, especially spinning, being a
definitely.
catcher.
You could easily throw that into center field.
Yeah, and have the runner advance even further. But maybe Miles has some shortstop experience and has done some spinning and throwing in his heyday.
Full count pitch, inside, ball 4. Garland Webster draws a walk, and the Falcons have 2 runners on, nobody out.
Yeah, Webster.
They have not scored in any inning so far.
Yeah.
And they're looking to keep that up here with Stover up.
And Webster reaches base for the 4th time in 4 plate appearances. And you got to like that if you're Tyler Stover, who's also reached in every single plate appearance. Homered in the 1st, walked in the 2nd, and was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. So no outs, 2 runners on for the new pitcher, Christian Moore, already in a stressful situation.
And he bounces this one in. Runners do not take off.
A little scud there right in front of the dirt for you Giants fans out there. Jeremy Alfelt coined that term a scud, where that ball is way out in front in the dirt and it just kind of does nothing.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a good onomatopoeia. You know onomatopoeia?
Yeah.
Like meow and bark. Scud. That's just a sound you expect the baseball to make when it hits the dirt when it's 58 feet instead of 6 feet 6 inches. And Napa has a lefty warming up in the bullpen, and saw that warm-up pitch in it.
That just went all the way into the
it was in the dirt right through the catcher's leg, so maybe Christian Moore is the best bet at this point.
That breaking ball way inside on Stover, 2-0. Stover with a homer, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Stolen base, too.
Yeah, showing off the wheels and the power. The recruit
Also has a put out in right. He can do no wrong today. 2-0 pitch, low, 3-0.
Well, he did have the error, which cost him.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He can do some wrong, but it makes up for it with his power and his speed.
So it's 3-0 on Stover. We'll see if they choose to attack and try and get back in the count. Probably will at this point in the game, down 9-3. Stover, second time we saw that with the 3-0 count last time with that just odd leg kick that he seems to pull out when he doesn't want to swing.
Yeah, I think it just throws off his timing, and so if he gives a high leg kick, it forces his body not to swing because it's so unnatural for him.
And that bounces in. Stover draws his second walk of the game.
He really has a quiet front foot when he plants his foot and drives the ball. So picking up your foot and just messing with the timing of your swing, maybe that's his mental approach to say, look, I'm not going to swing at this pitch.
And you never know if the pitcher throws one down and in, maybe it just hits that foot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they would allow that or not if he's kicking his foot over the zone.
Or maybe he's just going for the beer league softball grand slam, just the high leg kick and just Jose Bautista that thing out of here.
So Dotson has loaded bases with nobody out. Great chance to drive in another run. He had an RBI ground out in the 4th, so he is 0 for 3, but he's got a run batted in today.
And he has a hug from Coach Stover.
And he has a hug.
And those might be rarer than runs.
I don't know why that's not on the stat line.
I know.
Bounces in for a ball.
He's a team leader in hugs from Coach Stover.
1-0. He leads everybody. Little conference with the shortstop and the pitcher.
Yeah, falling behind to Joey 2-0 with the bases loaded. Joey's in full control of this at-bat.
Dahlgren had something to say to Moore.
Yeah, probably just setting the defense just to say, look, we're down 6. We'll play the double play, be at double play depth, just so everybody's on the same page for Napa.
2-0 pitch. He's got to throw a strike as that ball got away, but not far enough to score the run. 3-0.
And that in this, again, 6-run ball game, you're not going to test that when you're Jesse Phipps at third base. If it was a close game, maybe you go, because that ball scored away pretty good away from Matt Miles. Who's
yeah, he probably could have got around there, but you don't need to force anything in this situation. It's 3-0 with the bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, no outs.
And that's inside. So there's an RBI walk. Dotson still with no hits, but he's got 2 RBIs. That'll bring up Jack Pridey. Fly out, hit by pitch, and struck out. He reached second on a passed ball on the hit by pitch.
And they're going to take out Christian Moore, who doesn't record an out for Napa, so.
And he's responsible for all 3 runners on. So as of right now, it's 1 earned run, could easily become 4.
So number 32, Jared Mayfield, comes in, and he is the team leader with a 238 average that we talked about.
But he's also, well, actually there's 227 from Rudstrom.
Oh, okay.
Second, but he's also the team leader in the walks per innings pitched and ERA. 1350. He was a pitcher I mentioned earlier with the. He's only given up 5 hits in 6 innings, but he's given up 19 walks in 6 innings.
Wow. So
3.1 per inning, 3.2 per inning.
That's pretty astounding there by Jared Mayfield, the lefty, and we'll make sure Jack Pridey has some patience up there. You see the coaching staff for Solano looking over the scouting report, I believe.
Gives up an average of 2 runs per inning.
Yeah, no outs, bases loaded for Jack Pridey, and this is his opportunity to get on the RBI board, to get on the hit board.
Falcons
really
on top 10-3 here.
And so we'll watch Mayfield warm up, and we'll pause for a little station identification. You are watching the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Brian Nelson, joined by Tristan Vector in the booth. Our first game together since our football days, and you can watch the football from last fall or any of Solano baseball on Fairfield Cable Access Channel 28. Our YouTube channel is Solano College Sports Network, Facebook.com/Solano College Sports Network, or follow us on our social media at SEC_Falcons on Twitter and Instagram.
Those football days, quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while ago.
Speaking of Napa.
You and younger Poff.
Yeah, yeah.
Zach.
And we groomed you. You're our protege there. And
yeah, learned the ropes a little bit.
Now batting, number 11, Jack Pridey.
So that'll bring up Jack Pridey, 0 for 2. Hit by pitch, reached on a pass ball.
There you see the stats there from Mayfield, freshman out of Redwood Christian High School, 6'3", 185.
Another southpaw for Napa Valley. Pitch outside corner for a strike.
And as soon as Mayfield is in, another pitcher goes to warm up for Napa.
That pitch misses 1-1.
And there you see our correspondent, Melanie Fuller, very sad that we haven't thrown it over to her for the last couple innings because of some technical difficulties.
A swing and a miss, and the ball gets away. Easy run for the Falcons.
Garland Webster scores his 3rd run of the afternoon. But hey, you got a good shot there of our new banner, which Coach Stover presented to us there. There you see it, SCSN and the Falcon logo, as well as the SC College logo. Looking
Definitely
official
like
there.
how that looks
Yeah.
behind our reporters.
So 1-2 count.
1-2 swung on and missed. Pridey strikes out for the second time today. Falcons have struck out quite a few times now. That's the 7th time. However, it really doesn't matter when you got 11 runs on the board in the 5th.
Now batting.
Yeah.
Number 30.
And with
Briar
Garland Webster
Litz.
scoring.
Briar Litz, man, he's got another chance for some real RBIs here. He's
Yeah.
already 3 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. Now 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. He's got a chance to make that 4 for 4 with 4.
Yeah, trying to take away that player of the game away from Tyler Stover.
That ball's inside for a ball. Even the PA announcer is harping on Napa Storm.
Yeah, I think we'll keep that to ourselves. Hopefully they didn't catch that on our headsets.
1-0 pitch, way up there, 2-0.
Just a bit outside.
And a bit high.
Yeah. To quote a famous do you not know that line?
No, I do.
Okay. I just never know with you sometimes. Wasn't there a discussion last time on Adam Sandler movies? Like, you hadn't seen
Outside
Billy Madison
3-0.
or Happy Gilmore?
I had seen Happy Gilmore.
You hadn't seen
Not
Billy Madison?
There was another one I hadn't seen. I can't remember what it was.
Waterboy?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. You haven't seen The Waterboy?
There's a walk for Litz, loads the bases.
Why are alligators so ornery?
Why are they?
Because of the medulla oblongata.
The what?
Medulla oblongata?
The what?
Number 28.
Do I have to spell it out for you?
Yeah, you do.
That's
I
okay.
have no idea how to spell that. The oblongata? What?
Actually, it's because alligators have so many teeth and they don't have a toothbrush to brush them. That's according to the Waterboy's mama.
All right.
That's solid humor, Tristan. I'm not sure why you're not on the floor laughing right now.
And that pitch is wild. Runs
Just
going to score.
A bit outside.
Actually, that is Flint, Poff, but
So Tyler Stover comes in to score. Dotson moves over to third. And Litz over to second base.
so it's now 12-3, 1-0 to Quintanilla. Just outside corner for a strike, 1-1. One pitch. That's outside corner too, 1-2. Quintanilla may actually have to swing the bat in this at bat.
Yeah, and I think he'd like that with 1 out. And it's an RBI opportunity for Quintanilla. Only has 4 RBIs, 2 in conference play.
And he swings and shoots one right to first.
Yeah, so Quintanilla runs to first.
I like the hustle.
Yeah.
Good contact from Quintanilla.
Yeah.
Just
Tyler
hit it right at somebody.
Yeah, it was definitely the right approach for that breaking ball. He hit it right to the first baseman, though, and that's just baseball. Sometimes you hit it right at the defender, even though you have the right strategy.
So here's Thornley, takes a pitch low. Well, actually, bottom part of the corner. That's a strike. RBI double for him after relieving Nolan Burr, who had a sac bunt and a strikeout.
Yeah, he was first pitch swinging there.
That pitch is low, 1-1.
Going to take his time in this at bat with the erratic stylings of Jared Mayfield.
Falcons already 3 runs in this inning. Their 3rd inning already that they scored 3 runs in. Is that pitch in there for a strike, 1-2.
Mayfield gets the sign and is set.
And now the 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled off by Tyler Thornley. Still 1-2.
So again, the 3rd time Solano has put up 3 runs this game. All 5 innings of play have scored in each inning.
And that one bounces in, 2-2. Breaking ball misses.
Thornley has a chance to put up the 4th and 5th runs.
And the 2-2 way inside, nearly hit Thornley. It's a full count.
See, now that's getting out of the way of the pitch. We talked about that, and it seems like forever ago. And Napa's at bat in the second
Way back in
inning.
the first.
Yeah.
Top of the first even. Full count pitch, bounces in, that's a walk. Tyler Thornley gets on base. That'll bring up the top of the order again, Evan Facenda. 0 for 3 with a walk.
Batting. Number 7, Evan Facenda.
And the Falcons have batted around for the second time this game.
Yeah, second inning, and now the 5th inning. All 9 Falcons at the plate. Falcons trying to extend this inning, though, to try and get Jesse Phipps' second at-bat of this inning.
First pitch to Facenda, way up and outside, 1-0.
I think that's a strike to DeAndre Jordan, who's the only healthy Clipper.
Or Andre Drummond.
Yeah, or Andre Drummond.
Only healthy Clipper.
Yeah.
1-0 pitch. Popped up. Foul. First baseman going to get over there and make the play. Good hustle by Austin Fitzpatrick. Almost said Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Going NFL there.
New York Jets. That'll end the 5th inning. Falcons on top, 12-3 now. And we're back, top of the 6th now. Napa Storm have not scored since the first inning. In fact, they only have 2 hits. It seems like forever ago that Heinrichs was on the mound.
Pierce.
Yeah, this has been a long game. Heinrichs with the first 1-2-3 inning, last inning.
That pitch just misses low, outside, 1-0. Jake Pierce.
Yeah, neither side has had a 3-3 down until that last inning for Heinrichs.
Pass ball, 2-0. Yeah, he sat him down 1, 2, 3, but then he also actually only faced 3 batters in the 3rd inning. One of those was a hit, but then they turned the double play. So he's really been quick work. 3 hitters and 4 hitters in every inning as that pitch somehow misses since the first inning.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of whip, and all these innings he's just had 1 runner on maximum, so a lot less stressful innings for Heinrichs.
That pitch makes it in there for a strike on the 3-0.
And after sitting for so long, you got to think that Heinrichs has to get back in the rhythm of things. That could mess with his timing there in the 6th inning.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have any flow right now. There's a swing and a miss. Because of all the runs that the Falcons have been putting up, he's just been sitting down for long periods of time, going out there for, a couple minutes, and then sitting down for long periods of time again.
He also doesn't have his flow because he got a haircut before the season started.
Swung on, bounced to 3rd. Pridey with the throw to 1st. Facenda finishes it off. Ground out to 3rd.
Yeah, Heinrichs had the Lincecum hair when we interviewed him for a media day and cut it off. Going with the clean cut look.
Decides to go with more rounded lettuce.
Hmm?
More rounded lettuce.
Yeah. That's some
It's
iceberg
one word
lettuce
we call
right
it
there.
in
Yeah.
hockey, we call it lettuce. Bounce back.
Is some iceberg or is it
foul ball.
romaine?
A what?
Romaine lettuce, iceberg lettuce? No.
Oh,
Okay.
you know the types of lettuce? I
Yeah.
thought lettuce was lettuce.
No, there are types of lettuce. Romaine lettuce is kind of oblong, like a football.
Swing and a miss is 0-2.
And who says SCSN isn't educational? It's more than just sports. It's about lettuce. New slogan.
Oh, that's great. I got to get you doing that sometime. Like an actual promo. Just outside, 1-2.
So Heinrichs has jumped ahead on Hamish Witter's 0-2.
1-2. Misses. 2-2. Heinrichs now checks the sign. He's set. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off.
And Witters was the one who grounded into that spectacular double play in the third inning. Also sacrificed in the first, so coming into this bat is 0 for 1 for the outfielder out of New Zealand, actually. Fun fact.
He's definitely got the flow.
Yeah. That's some serious lettuce up there.
And it's all curled, too. Looking like macaroni as
Yeah.
it's fouled off. 2-2 still after 3 straight foul balls from Witters.
So he's got macaroni salad up there?
He does.
Because lettuce is to make salad.
Because lettuce is in salad.
Yeah.
I get it.
Full circle. Topics of conversation, 9-run ball games, folks.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Witters was dropped down to a knee. Litz will throw it to first to complete the strikeout. 2 up, 2 down. It'll bring up Noah Wallen.
Also with lettuce.
He's got even more.
Yeah.
He's got the ponytail.
Now batting, number 16, Noah Wallen.
Wallen 1 for 2, single, ground out. You're looking at some of the guys on the Falcons who have like 3 or 4 plate appearances as that pitch is in their 4th strike. And you've got 3 innings in between Wallen's first and second at bat.
Yeah, Evan Facenda has 5 plate appearances in 5 innings. Amazing.
Hey, still on pace for what I said.
Yeah.
That plate appearance and inning. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now on Wallen. Heinrichs has retired the last 6 batters. (0-2) offering. Swung on a popped up foul.
Heinrichs also has 5 strikeouts to bring his total up to 21 on the season.
And the 0-2. Swung on and bounced down the left field line, just foul.
That's kind of reminiscent of that shot, I believe, by Garland Webster when...
Back in the bottom of the first?
Yeah. So long ago.
Or bottom of
Can't
the
remember.
second, maybe?
Yeah. I think it was bottom of the
no,
first.
No, it was bottom of
since
the first because he's top 3.
Yeah.
So here comes the 0-2. Outside 1-2.
That's what you expect. A little waist pitch there by James Heinrichs.
And now the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Heinrichs with back-to-back strikeouts. He's retired 7 straight. That'll end the top of the 6th. Falcons on top 12-3. And now we're going to send it over to Melanie Fuller.
Hey Falcon fans, Melanie Fuller here. Just in case you missed it, last week we covered the baseball game against Laney College. We also uploaded 2 exclusive interviews with baseball's very own Garland Webster and Joey Dotson. Be sure to check it out on our YouTube page at youtube.com/Solano College Sports Network. Thank you. Now back to the inning intermission.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Falcons on top 12-3. James Heinrichs pitching a whale of a ball game, which has really been overshadowed by the fact that the Falcons' bats have been outstanding here today as well. We're looking at who's up.
Who's on first? What's on second? Jesse Phipps.
I don't know who's on third.
Yeah, Jesse Phipps is leading off
All
because Facenda. Our scorebooks are a little convoluted, folks, because they
batted last inning,
so it's hard to
like,
see
who was the last out.
Yeah, yeah. Facenda popped out to Fitzpatrick in foul territory to end the last inning.
So if the Falcons bat around here, that'd be 6 plate appearances in 6 innings for Facenda. Jesse Phipps now with his 5th at bat, 2 for 4. He struck out, singled, struck out, singled. One of those singles was an RBI.
If the pattern,
let's hope not.
Yeah. If it would, it'd be new pitcher Trevor Steele's 20th strikeout. He comes in with a 5.14 ERA, 26 hits, 11 walks in 21 innings pitched.
26 hits, 21 innings pitches in there for a strike. Just marvel at all of these phenomenal statistics on Napa.
12 earned runs in the 12 innings, 306 batting average against. But he jumps ahead 0-1 to Phipps.
And the 0-1 pitch. Phipps shoots this one to short, and it's mishandled. Phipps is going to reach on an error.
Yeah, Dahlgren's second error of the afternoon. Gets another leadoff hitter on.
That'll bring up the Falcons shortstop. Much more sure-handed player, Garland Webster.
Garland Webster. Last 4 innings for the Falcons, they've gotten the lead-off batter on base, and each time they have scored. In the third, it was Pridey was hit by a pitch, scored. Webster led off with a triple, that kind of weird triple down the right field line, and he scored. And last inning, Phipps singled and scored. So let's see if Phipps can score here in the 6th.
Pitch is outside for a ball to Webster. All those leadoff hitters ended up scoring because the Falcons have scored in every inning.
Yeah. The only person not to score is Dodson and whoever's in the 9 hole, so Burr or Thornley.
That ball bounces in.
And
nice
I guess
block by Miles.
Technically Nesikevich, because he didn't get an official plate appearance.
Right.
And he substituted.
Doesn't really count.
Yeah, so I don't personally count that, but the 5 and the 9 hole hitters are the only ones not to score. Webster and Stover have each scored 3 times.
Webster with a bouncer back up the middle. Diving attempt at second, but unable to make the play was Phim. And the Falcons have 2 runners on.
Yeah, I'd hate to be official scorer on this game. Not sure whether to give him exactly an error. It hit his glove, but it was a difficult diving play to make.
Every inning there's something you could call an error for Napa, it seems.
Yeah, so
that one I would give a single to Webster.
Yeah, I gave it a single in my book as well. So officially to us, he is 2 for 3, a single, a triple, reached on an error, walked, and hit by pitch. So an eclectic night for Webster, or afternoon.
That's a great word right there.
Thank you.
Pitch outside. Stover has not had to do anything with his bat since that first inning home run. He's walked, hit by pitch, and walked. And I don't even believe he's had more than one swing. He had that one foul ball.
Yeah.
Probably the only time he's had to swing it since that homer. And the homer is the first pitch, so not a whole lot of work in there. Swinging a bouncer back up the middle. This one's actually handled at short. And do they turn 2? They turn the double play on Stover.
Now 2 outs on 1 pitch, and that will bring up Dodson with Phipps at third base.
So making up for the error at short was Dahlgren by turning a double play himself. He didn't even flip it to second. He went over, stepped on the bag, and made the throw. That'll put a runner on third here with 2 outs for Dodson, who has 2 runs batted in despite no hits.
Yeah.
There's a strike.
The rare 0 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Bases loaded walk in his last plate appearance, as well as an RBI ground out in the 4th inning.
The 0-1 bounces in the dirt, 1-1.
And if Dodson can drive in Phipps, that streak of leadoff runners getting on base and scoring will continue for the Falcons, and their pace of scoring in every inning they've hit.
1-1 pitch, fouled off. 1-2. Falcons in danger of not scoring in the first inning that they haven't scored in this game.
I think they've more than made up for it in the other innings.
Oh, yeah,
but
no problem at all with the 12, but it'd be cool to score in every inning.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Dotson strikes out. That'll end the 6th inning. After 6, Falcons on top 12-3.
Tristan Foley. So both Tristans are up. Tristan back.
First pitch to Foley is in there for a strike.
Heinrichs working his 7th inning of work. So far in his 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, struck out 6, and hit a batter.
That pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I think the key for Solano is that he hasn't allowed a walk in his 6 innings of work, which is definitely something that you can build upon, especially with the control issues Heinrich has had in the past.
That pitch in there for a strike. We mentioned last inning, he's only surrendered 2 hits since the first inning, but the other big thing about that is that both of those hits are singles, so there's no extra base hits at all. Only 1 runner touched second on an error after the single. That pitch is bounced to short, backhanded, thrown to first, easy play.
And you talked about the sure-handedness of Garland Webster. That was definitely on display there. Was relaxed with a difficult, it can be a difficult backhanded play, and he made it look routine.
Yeah, no problem at all with that one. So you look at Logan Garrett here, has not had an at-bat since the 4th inning.
And that was the last hit for Napa. After that, Heinrichs has sat down the next, let's see, 8?
8.
Yeah.
First pitch in there for a strike.
And in those 8 outs, 4 strikeouts.
That pitch is outside, 1-1.
As well as 3 groundouts and a flyout.
Yeah, I mean, that's outstanding. Half of those outs are strikeouts. And he's been ahead of every batter.
Yeah, and back to your point of hits.
Pitch is low, 2-1.
Dahlgren led off the game with a double, hasn't allowed an extra base hit the rest of the game. So really minimizing the damage that was inflicted by Dahlgren's leadoff double.
2-1 pitch is outside, 3-1. As right as I talk about him not getting behind hitters, he gets behind a hitter. But
yeah, broadcaster jinx a little bit. But we'll see if Heinrichs can battle back. And I talked about no walks.
3-1 pitch, bounce to third. Tough play for Pridey. He stays with it, makes the throw off line. Really tough play after the first bobble for Pridey.
Yeah, got a glove on it. It was the short hop that really did him in, and he didn't field it cleanly in his glove. And he managed to bobble it and regather the ball and try to throw him out, but the throw was errant as well. Not sure how I'd score that. I wrote E5.
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
So that'll bring up Matt Miles. Hit by a pitch and struck out, so 0 for 1 officially
You really almost think he could have waited on that as that pitch dribbled off of his foot. That's a foul ball. Because the ball was moving at a fast enough speed. He had enough time that he probably could have waited on it, maybe taken a step in rather than made that charge where he came in running and tried to make a tougher play than it had to be. So 0-1 on Miles. Miles has been hit by a pitch, struck out. 0-1 pitch, fouled. 0-2.
Miles is one of the trio of catchers that Napa features. The DH Tristan Foley also catches, as well as Robbie Rudstrom, who is yet to appear in this game. Rudstrom appeared against Solano the first time Napa played Solano here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
Heinrichs now is set. 0-2 pitch, just low. He thought he had his 5th strikeout of those last 10 hitters.
And again, 0-2 pitch, you expect something kind of low and away. He caught a lot of the strike zone in his opinion, but the umpire disagreed.
1-2 pitch, flown high in the air, right center. Dodson coming over, so is Stover. Stover makes a tough catch.
Yeah, high backhand by Tyler Stover. Made a really difficult
Number 3,
catch
Karen
there.
Dahlgren.
The worst thing about playing right field versus the other fields is oftentimes most stadiums are built where the sun is in the right fielder's eyes. And in this situation, the sun is shining right at him. You could see almost the glare of the sunglasses from here even. And I wonder if maybe he lost it for a second or...
Yeah, he just as he said that, he shaded his eyes with his glove, so maybe the sun played a factor in that one.
He did take an interesting route to it as well. 1-0 on Dahlgren, who is 1 for 3. One-0 pitch, misses. 2-0, low and outside on that one.
Dahlgren started things off really quickly, first pitch swinging, but since then popped up to Priority, popped up to Facenda.
2-0 pitch, bounced to short, picked up by Webster, flipped to second. That's the end of the top of the 7th. We're on our way to the 7th inning stretch here at Solano. Falcons on top 12-3.
Hi, I'm Jack Priority. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Bottom of the 7th here at Solano. Falcons still up 12-3. Trevor Steele still on the mound for Napa Storm. The batter is Jack Priority.
Now batting, number 11.
Followed by
Jack
Litz
Priority.
and Quintanilla.
Priority. Yeah, I was going to say stat line too. Yeah, 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts. Also hit by a pitch and scored a run.
First pitch from Steele to Pridey. Swung on and popped foul.
And really Pridey, one of the Falcons that hasn't done a ton at the plate, besides being hit by that pitch right in the thigh. Like to see him get a hit here.
Steele now with the 0-1. Swung on and shot down the right field line. This may stay fair. It will. That's going to go over to the right side. Pridey on his way to second. He'll have a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, beautiful job of staying inside that baseball. It's so easy to slice that ball foul, but he stayed in the ball with his hands, and that ball landed right in the right field side and rolled to the wall. Easy stand-up double for Jack Pridey.
Yeah, you love to see that opposite field power, because it becomes so much harder as a pitcher to pitch to you when you know that you can take a pitch outside, drive it that way. You can pull your hands in on a pitch inside. You can put it back up the middle. Pitches outside for a ball on Litz.
We saw the opposite field approach from Tyler Thornley Jojo Quintanilla when he lined out to the first baseman Fitzpatrick.
Same thing that Dodson did with that RBI ground out when he had 2 runners to the left side and he put it to the right.
Yeah, so good disciplined opposite field approaches for the Falcons.
Litz fouls that one off, 1-1. Litz a little upset with himself for missing that pitch.
Yeah, wants his 3rd double or even more.
Litz just having a phenomenal game here. He's 3 for 3, 2 runs batted in and a walk. And the 1-1 misses high, 2-1.
Slow breaking ball. Had Litz thinking, but missing strike zone there. Litz ahead, 2-1.
Steele is set. Checks the runner at second. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. 2-2.
So Litz just fighting off some of those pitches in the strike zone, trying to barrel up something to drive in his 3rd RBI of the game. Trying to make up for that scoreless 6th inning, the first scoreless inning for the Falcons.
The 2-2 swung on and fouled off again. Litz keeping himself alive. Miles goes to the mound to talk to Steele. Short conversation. Actually, that's not Miles.
Yeah.
That is number 5, Oliver Weaver.
So I called him a 3-headed monster. I guess they have 4 catchers.
2-2 bounces in. Weaver's unable to keep it in front of him. Runner moves over to 3rd.
So much like Matt Miles, we saw multiple pitches in the dirt, scored away from the catcher for Napa, and his first half inning of work, Oliver Weaver gets a tough one right in front of him, and he gets the chest protector down, but it glances off to his shoulder and rolls away. Easy take of 3rd by Jack Pridey.
That right there is the 4th passed ball of the game for Napa Storm catching. And that pitch is low. Litz is on base for the 5th time today. His 2nd walk.
Yeah, 3 for 3 on base all 5 times. Pretty impressive for a backup catcher, I would say.
Now batting.
He's got that batting average coming in at 295 and 380, so he's probably over 300 or around it. That on-base percentage has got to be creeping up towards 400
yeah,
if it hasn't passed it already. And that's one thing that Quijada struggled with. He's a great defensive catcher, but the reason why Litz has been able to get so much playing time here lately is the hitting, with Quijada only hitting 185 as it's bounced to short. Tough play, unable to make it is Dahlgren. That is his 3rd error.
Yeah, those short hops get Dahlgren yet again, and that scores Jack Pridey his 2nd score.
Now batting.
2nd run scored for the first base, the 3rd baseman. And that streak of the leadoff batter getting on base continues, and The fourth
and he
out
scores
of
again.
Yeah, and he scores again. The fourth out of 5 innings. 4 of the last 5 innings, excuse me. And 3 straight batters have reached base against Steele. Still no outs.
First pitch from Steele outside to Tyler Thornley. He's got an RBI double and a walk. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. 13-3.
And normally this would be a sacrifice situation, but with the 10-run lead.
Swung on and fouled off.
Not a realistic
1-1.
option. Yeah, you don't want to rub it in into Napa by sacrificing.
Yeah, you definitely want to get your guys a chance to swing away, too.
And 10-run rules, you really shouldn't be sacrificing. You shouldn't be stealing bases. Really isn't kosher.
Steele with the 1-1. That bounces. That gets away from Weaver. Another pass ball. Second of the inning for him. 5th of the game for Napa.
Yeah, did a nice job of blocking it initially, but when he went to get up, it rolled off of his shin protector and went through his legs. He initially stopped it, but again, an unfortunate roll. It looked like in the first inning, Solano was getting all the bad breaks, but ever since, a lot of unlucky bounces of the ball for Napa.
Yeah, everything has gone the Falcons' way since that top of the first. 2-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. 2-2 on Thornley. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Great chance for him. He's already got an RBI. Coming in, I don't think he expected to come into the game so early for for Burr, rather.
Yeah, only
fourth inning.
1 hit and 12 at-bats in conference play, so equaling that today with that RBI double.
Swing and a miss. Very late swing and a strikeout for Thornley.
Yeah, good breaking ball there by Steele to get Thornley chasing. I'll bring up Evan Facenda, who is 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, and a walk.
Facenda did get a walk, but he needs a hit here. With second and third, 1 out, is a great chance for him.
Yeah,
he could really use a hit.
We mentioned his slump coming in, 4 for his last 31. That extends 4 for his last 35.
Swing and a drive to right. Going back and unable to make the play. He lost the ball. That's going to score 2. No, it's only going to score 1. They hold up Quintanilla at third. My Lord.
That sun played havoc on Hamish Witters out in right field. We saw the issue with Tyler Stover last half inning. It looked like Hamish lost the ball in the sun, and it was just not able to pick up the ball, and that ball just sailed over the head of the right fielder for the double. So Facenda breaks his unlucky streak today with the 0 for 4 with that lucky double. I mean, he hit it really far. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't.
RBI either way. Even if they caught that, that would have been a sac fly.
But in baseball, once you get 1 hit, that can open up the floodgates. Baseball's kind of tricky like that.
First pitch. Blocked.
You could be squaring up the ball and hitting it right at defenders and be 0 for 5, but you get a slow dribbler down the line and suddenly you get a hit, and all those hard hit balls are suddenly falling into place. So hopefully for Evan Facenda in these last 2 games for the Falcons, this can get him on track and start hitting the ball like he did earlier in the season.
1-0 pitch to Phipps, fouled off of himself. Is it just me, or has Phipps fouled the ball off of himself like 3 times a day?
Yeah, Phipps is a really rugged baseball player. Like when people say that baseball's not a physical sport, watch Jesse Phipps. Like he gets hit so many times by pitches as well. That's something I noticed about him. 7 hit by pitches this season. That's a lot in the short amount of games that the Falcons have played, and just the physical nature that he plays with, it's just something that it's just part of his DNA as a baseball player. His hands are so quick inside, too, that when he fouls it off, it's going to take a sharp angle. Like we saw the foul balls to the right field side, so when he fouls it off, it's likely to hit him.
And now he's hit in the back. Middle of the back, right near the spine.
So like I said, 7 hit by pitches coming in, 8 now, and I feel partly responsible for that hit by pitch by bringing it up.
Number 13.
Well, Garland Webster, Tyler Stover, and Jack Pridey tell him, welcome to the club. They've all been hit by pitch today.
And another bases loaded opportunity for Garland Webster.
Webster has been on base all 5 times today. Hit by pitch, reached on an error, triple, walk, single. Every kind of way to get on base other than a double or a homer. Here's a swing and a drive. Center field. That ball is caught. There's a sac fly RBI for Garland Webster.
So it doesn't hurt his stat line. And that's not official at bat, but he gets a second RBI. Scores Quintanilla, and now the only person not to score is Joey Dotson.
The amount of really good stat lines that you're looking at here with guys,
33,
you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 trips to the base. Kwasi Samuel gets a bat for Tyler Stover.
So Kwasi rarely plays. 2 hits and 8 at-bats. 2 hits and 5 at-bats in conference play. So both hits coming pretty recently, and his sole RBI is coming conference play.
He's got a chance for an RBI here. Runners at the corners, 1 out. That pitch is in there for a strike.
So Tyler Stover's day is done. 1 for 2. Home run, 3 RBIs, 2 walks, hit by pitch. So 800 on base percentage. Not too shabby.
Not bad at all. Probably leads the team as it's in there for a strike.
Actually, behind Briar Litz, 100%.
Really?
Oh, I meant...
oh, you meant today?
Today, yeah. Yeah, if
Tyler
Stover had an 800
on the season.
on base percentage, Solano would never lose.
0-2 pitch. Fouled off.
Yeah, Stover, 394 on base percentage on the year. Still not bad. 958 on base plus slugging. And there you see McKenna and Melanie, I think, getting ready for one of their reports. And that's
swinging a drive off the first baseman. Samuel is still not going to beat it out. That'll end the inning. Wow, I mean, that was a shot.
Yeah, that ball caught Fitzpatrick rather than Fitzpatrick catching the ball.
End of the 7th, Falcons on top 15-3. Now we're going to send it over to McKenna Guerrero and Melanie Fuller.
Hey guys, I'm McKenna Guerrero alongside my broadcast partner Melanie Fuller, and this is the Solano College Sports Network. If you have an interest in the career in sports broadcasting, whether it be behind the scenes or in front of the camera, this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building. For more information, contact Greg Poff at gpoff@solano.edu. We hope to see you here next semester. And remember, it's more than just sports. It's an education.
New pitcher is Chris Bruner. 0-1 record, 3.38 ERA, in 18 2/3 innings pitched. He has allowed 17 hits, 10 walks, struck out 11 batters, 233 average against, 144 whip for the freshman out of Armio High School. So Heinrich's day is done, 7 innings pitched. And really
outstanding work.
Yeah, after that shaky first inning, a stellar stat line. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts, no walks. That first pitch is high. To the second baseman, Ben Phim. Phim has singled and scored in the first inning and grounded out to the left side twice, once to Pridey, once to Webster.
1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Napa Valley really hasn't made any substitutions. Pierce is the only starter the only player that wasn't a starter that's playing right now. We'll see if they make any subs next time, or next when they're on defense, as that pitch is low for a ball. The Falcons have gotten a lot more players involved.
Yeah, it looks like just looking at the bench that at least the 3 hitters in this inning are still going to be in the game with Fitzpatrick's on deck.
Pitch outside.
And Jake Pierce is in the hole.
Who knows? Maybe Napa still thinks they can come back.
I wouldn't advise that. That's probably not wise, 12-run game, but they can think positively. I won't fault them for that.
There's a swing and a pop-up. Samuel on the long run. It's going to get out of play.
And I think you thought that the Detroit Pistons were going to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, but that didn't happen either. I had to give one shot in there.
I thought we were going to get one game.
Yeah. I did too, that first game.
Oh, man.
I mean,
the first, the third, and the fourth game all could have gone our way. The second was the only blowout, as I was fouled off. But I thought the fourth game more than the first game. The fourth game, it came all the way down to Jackson's last-second shot.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith didn't hit that freaking fall away from like 30 feet.
A J.R. Smith shot.
3-2 pitch. Bounce to second. Nice and easy play. 1 up, 1 down.
So Fim grounded out to basically everybody on the infield today. Once to Pridey at third, once to Garland at short, and now Thornley at second. Bring up the power hitting Austin Fitzpatrick.
And the power hitting Austin Fitzpatrick has really been reduced to not much today. He's singled, but he's also failed on a bunt attempt.
Oh, yeah.
And struck out. They've done a great job against the most fearsome hitter in this lineup for Napa Valley.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick does have 2 RBIs, though. Drove in Dahlgren and Fim.
On that single in the first inning.
Yes.
Pitch low. 2-0.
And Bruner really, for the Falcons, has been another solid arm out of the bullpen.
That pitch is low, 2-0.
And when you're projecting...
Or 3-0, rather.
Yeah, when you're projecting towards next year, you got to like the arms out of the bullpen specifically. I mean, the closer, Jay Wagner, he's a sophomore and he will be leaving. But Chase Spinning is a freshman, Chris Bruner's a freshman, Rylan Haney, Jordan Chana.
Pitch is high, walk. 4-pitch walk for Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, first walk for any Falcon pitcher. And really, for Chris Bruner, that's one thing he'll have to work on is his control. 11 walks now in 19 innings pitched, so maybe every other inning. It's decent, but it could still be improved. Definitely if he wants to be a late inning sort of pitcher for the Falcons. You can't allow base runners if you want to be a setup man or a closer for the Falcons in your sophomore campaign.
They're swinging a foul off of Litz.
And you're not a catcher.
Called by the umpire.
Doesn't feel like
a
catcher unless you get a foul tip right up against some place you're not expecting. You got to walk it off. Life of a catcher.
So I was going to say Heinrichs ended the game 11 straight batters faced without giving up a hit.
Yeah.
One of those runners reached on an error.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, outstanding way to end his night. So stepping back in now is Pierce. 1 on, 1 out. 0-1 count. Swing and a miss. He just could not catch up with the heater from Bruner there. It's 0-2.
Yeah, Bruner really in control with the count. You got to expect if it's an 0-2 count pitch low and away, probably a fastball, trying to get Pierce to chase.
0-2, swung on and missed. He got Pierce to chase, just like you said. Pierce strikes out.
And if you're Pierce, you really got to be aware that's the strategy that Solano employs with a 0-2 count, is that they're going to try and make you swing at something tempting, not necessarily something in the strike zone. So we'll have a pinch hitter for Hamish Witters
Now batting.
is number 10,
Number
Cody
10,
Marshall.
Cody Marshall.
So that is the 7th time that Napa Valley has struck out today.
Marshall is a 267 hitter, 8 hits and 30 at-bats, 7 runs scored. As that ball's low in the dirt for ball 1. Cody Marshall, 2 RBIs, both RBIs coming in conference play. 11 strikeouts, all of them have come in conference play. To 7 walks.
And Bruner with the 1-0 bounces in. Nice block by Litz. 2-0.
And in the bullpen for Solano is Jay Wagner. Ideally, you don't want to bring him in to this 12-inning game. But, hey, maybe you do. He's a sophomore. It's his final few games at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. He's been excellent out of the bullpen. Only 7 innings pitched in conference play, 13 overall in the season. So maybe you want to give your closer some last memories here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
2-0 pitch, high, 3-0.
And
yeah, I got to agree with that. You want to get, they do have one more home game after this, but
just going to mention that,
between this one or that one, you want to get all of these guys in there, I would think, since the playoffs are over and everything, or for them at least, their chances
out of
of
playoff
making
contention, yeah.
That pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1.
So still a hitter's count for Cody Marshall.
And that pitch is outside. Walk for Cody Marshall. 2 on, 2 out.
So Napa still hasn't gotten a hit since the 4th inning, but they have 2 runners on via the base on balls.
Number 16, Noah Wallen.
And Noah Wallen comes up to the plate. 1 for 3. Single, strikeout, and a ground out for the center fielder.
First pitch, swung on and shot to center. This is quickly dropping, but it will not drop before it is caught in center field. That'll end the top of the 8th inning. Falcons on top, 15-3. And we're back. Bottom of the 8th inning here. Last chance for the Falcons to add to this enormous lead. And they'll have to do it against number 17, Robbie Rudstrom, the pitcher for Napa Valley. Rudstrom has a 6.75 ERA in 7 innings pitched. He's 1-1. 11 walks to 5 hits. So just like Jared Mayfield, he's got a team low 227 batting average against, but he's a little erratic. He walks too many players.
And pinch hitting for Joey Dotson is Luke Noble.
First pitch way inside, almost hit his elbow.
Noble made that last out to end the top of the 8th inning. The switch hitter at Placer High School.
1-0 pitch, swung on and popped foul.
And we talked about key utility players in Thornley. I think Noble has been more productive offensively, although he has curtailed his offensive production. 195 average in conference play.
And he is hit by that pitch. He was almost hit by the first one. Another hit batter. That is the 5th one for the Falcons, 6th of the game.
I told you early on, is the ice packs are going to be flowing for the Solano Falcons with all the hit batters.
So Jordy Rodriguez will bat for Jack Pridey here.
Rodriguez 2 for 19 on the season, both hits coming in conference play. He has a 222
pitch outside
average in conference play. No RBIs in conference play, but 1 on the season. 6 walks, 6 strikeouts.
And the 1-0 pitch swung on and hit high in the air, left Shallow left. And the catch is not going to be made. That bounces in between the left fielder and the third baseman.
Yeah, jammed him, and he just got enough, and they weren't playing him to pull, so it landed right in shallow left field. So single for Jordy Rodriguez.
The Falcons really starting to empty their bench here, and these guys are coming in and getting on base.
Yeah. The only person yet to hit is Andres Quijada, and with the hot hitting of Briar Litz, they're not going to pinch hit for him. He's 3 for 3, 2 doubles, 1 single, 2 walks, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. And there are 2 more ducks on the pond for him to drive in.
And the first pitch in there for a strike.
He really liked that pitch and took it and kind of winced and looked back at his teammates.
Like every at bat, he seems to have something to say to himself.
Yeah. Sometimes you're your own biggest critic, and he likes a lot of pitches.
That pitch is outside, 1-1.
So Litz yet to be retired this game. Opportunity to drive in Noble, who's at second. Rodriguez at first.
Pitch is low. That's ball 2. 2-1 now on Litz.
So after starting 3 for 3, he's walked his last 2 plate appearances. And we talked about Rudstrom's control issues.
And that pitch is in there for a strike, 2-2.
Yeah, so far that first pitch that he saw was definitely the best one to barrel up. We'll see if he gets anything to hit 2-2.
The 2-2 pitch swung on, popped high in the air right center field. That is going to be caught. Runner tags and moves over to third.
Technically has yet to be retired since that was a sacrifice fly.
Number 28.
Right.
Jojo Quintanilla.
Good thing that there's men on base, so
yeah,
that does not count against Briar Litz.
That advances the runner Luke Noble to third, and for Quintanilla, who's walked 3 times, reached on an error, lined out to the first baseman, 0 for 2, 2 runs scored.
First pitch gets away. This is going to score another run for the Falcons.
And so now Luke Noble scores out of the 5-hole, so every single spot in the lineup has scored a run for the Falcons, and now this is a 16-3 ball game. And the only inning not to score is that bottom of the 6th.
So to go along with those 5 passed balls from Napa Valley, we have our first wild pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a healthy rip from Quintanilla. 1-1.
Now Rodriguez in scoring position for Quintanilla.
One pitch, high, 2-1.
It's a 2-1 count to Quintanilla as a long look from Rudstrom finally set.
And the 2-1 pitch, low, 3-1. Quintanilla looking at a potential 4th walk.
I think you see us in the center field shot. See that bright moving sunlight? That's
3-1 pitch is high, 4th walk for Quintanilla. And you were mentioning sunlight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it today.
Yeah, it looks a little overcasty to start the game, and I was kind of worried that it was going to get rained out. Saw on the weather app that is tomorrow.
I actually felt like a drop or two earlier, and I was like, was that rain or what was that?
And just like the Solano offense, things opened up, and beautiful day for baseball, and Solano really took advantage of the good weather.
Pitch, outside corner for a strike to Thornley.
And like to see Thornley after that first pitch double. He walked and then struck out his last at-bat. So 1 for 2. RBI. That ball outside 1-1.
One and one.
Man, the conversations when you join SCSN, pretty memorable, folks.
1-1 pitch is high, 2-1.
Especially in 13-run ball games. Composure should sit down. So Rudstrom falls behind, 2-1.
2-1 pitch to Thornley. Swung on and chopped high over to third. He's going to not be able to make the play in time. Tyler Thornley, great hustle. He beats it out for an infield single. Yeah. And that'll load the bases with one out. Evan Facenda still in the game. He is coming up for the 7th time.
Yeah, basically he's in the game because there's no other position Quijada can play other than catcher, right? Or DH.
So Litz is the only guy that could come out at this point.
Yeah. And so Facenda will get a chance to capitalize on his first hit, that double in the 7th inning. Well, let's see if with one out, if he can drive home his first runs as Rudstrom.
Time is called. Fake pitch thrown.
It's right in there.
I think it was right in there for a strike.
105 miles an hour. Wow.
Who knew it? He had that kind of speed.
Yeah.
He's just been holding it back this whole time.
Yeah.
Right?
He's just waiting for the right moment in this 13-run ball game.
Throw it 105 and then Aroldis Chapman cartwheel off.
Yeah.
0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2.
Sentinel will take a walk and kind of regather his thoughts.
Trying not to strike out for the 3rd time today.
Facenda, 20 strikeouts with those 2 strikeouts on this season.
Falcons have struck out 9 times. The pitch is low. 1-2.
Thought about it, but after a quick second, decided that was outside.
And now the 1-2 pitch. That's popped up foul. Long run, and the catch is not made over at first. The ball gets dropped by Fitzpatrick.
Had it right in his glove.
Not the greatest over at first base today. He started off at right field, and since he's been at first, we've seen him make a couple mistakes here. Fortunately for him, that was at foul territory, so it's not an error.
Yeah, just a missed opportunity there.
And a swing and a miss, but he can run. He's not going to run.
No,
but
you can't
the
run.
Runner is safe at first, but, I mean, that's a strikeout.
Yeah, it's a strikeout. You can't advance on a strikeout with a runner at the base. If a base is open, then you can advance on a strikeout. But with the bases loaded, there's nowhere for him to run to. So he strikes out, but with the wild pitch, it scores Jordy Rodriguez, and both runners advance. So 3rd strikeout for Facenda. Doesn't get an RBI for that.
But he did help it to happen. So a run for the Falcons, another one, 17-3.
And so Quijada, the last Falcon, will get an at-bat here in the DH spot. And we forgot the DH spot is a potential.
Anyone can play the DH
Anybody
spot.
can. Even pitchers, and Fitzpatrick, when he pitches, he plays the DH so he can hit for himself because with 5 home runs and 20-something RBIs, you definitely want to hit for yourself.
Batting, number 21, Andres Quijada.
So Phipps' day is done. And Quijada will have an opportunity to drive in a couple. Quijada, 185 average, 12 hits, 65 at-bats, 10 hits and 41 at-bats in conference play. 5 of his 7 RBIs have come in BBC play.
And like we said earlier, his phenomenal defensive play is why he had that starting job as there's a pitch low. But the reason why Litz has been getting a lot more action in the catching position more recently is due to the fact that Quijada has struggled to hit, and Litz, as he displayed today, has really been hitting the ball. Swung on, fouled to the right side.
Yeah, Quijada, though, really provides value for the Falcons with his defense. So it's really it allows Stover to kind of play it by game and by situation. If you're down and you need a bat, play Briar Litz.
pitch is in there for a strike, 1-2.
But if your lineup is cooking and there's other guys who can make up for the inefficiencies that Quijada might have at the plate, then you'd obviously want to have your best defensive catcher behind the plate to block balls for your pitchers, to throw behind runners.
And that pitch misses low and outside. 2-2 now on Quijada.
And that really has been his value in that we saw how a catcher with these Napa catchers, how pass balls have allowed runners to advance 90 feet, runners to score.
And the Falcons haven't had that as he is called out on strikes. That's strike 3. That'll end the Falcons' offense for the day. At the end of 8 innings, Falcons on top 17-3.
Hi, my name is Chris Brunner, and thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back. Top of the 9th inning here at Solano as the Falcons try to close this one out. And as you predicted earlier, Brian, Jay Wagner is the Falcons pitcher here.
Yeah, and he'll face a pinch hitter for Napa. And he grounds to Garland Webster, who's now playing third. He throws him out in time. Dylan Hassard, who is 0 for 1 with the strikeout coming in, grounds out on 1 pitch.
Nice call.
And Wagner. Yeah, Wagner. Yeah, it kind of took over your play-by-play there for a second. Yeah,
totally fine.
Now batting, number 2, Logan Garrett.
That'll bring up Logan Garrett.
And he'll face Jay Wagner. He comes into today's game 13 1/3 innings pitch for the sophomore out of Annalee High School. No earned runs given up this entire year. 2 runs have scored, though. 1 run in conference play, but those have been unearned. And 10 strikeouts in 13 1/3 innings pitched.
Swing and a fly to right. Easy catch in right field.
Quintanilla now playing right field.
Yeah,
a lot of defensive
2 up, 2 down
switches. So Facenda's now in left. Quintanilla is in right. Noble playing center field. Garland Webster and Jordy Rodriguez are on the left side with Rodriguez at short. And Thornley's at second with Quasi Samuel playing first, and Litz is still behind the dish.
So that'll bring up Weaver down to their last out. Pitch in there for a strike.
And Weaver 1 for 17 on the season with 1 run scored for the backup catcher.
That's impressive.
Down 0-1 to Jay Wagner.
0-1 pitch, swung and a bounce to third. Another play for Webster, and the game is over. Falcons win this one 17-3. Brian, your final thoughts on this game?
I think this is kind of the game that Solano envisioned for their season, starting out with the depth of the lineup, producing all up and down the lineup with every single spot in the lineup scoring a run for the Falcons. And the stellar pitching by James Heinrichs is definitely something to be of note because it started pretty shaky for Heinrichs. The first 3 batters reached base, gave up 3 runs to Napa to start the game, and then Solano shut the door. No more runs for Napa, and Solano scored 17 unanswered runs in this game. Tristan, what can you say about that?
I mean, absolutely phenomenal, really on both sides, but you mentioned all the offense that the Falcons scored, but James Heinrichs, he was unstoppable. All the strikeouts and retiring those last 11 batters, as we mentioned, or just a great game all around for the Falcons. And we really want another game like this in our final broadcast, their final home game, especially for the sophomores. So thank you for watching. This game, as always, is brought to you by JamesThomasMedia.com. And now we're going to send it over to our Best Buy player of the game.
But before we do, we'd like to thank everybody for watching, for everybody on the cameras, to our production, Greg Poff, our producer, for Tristan Vector, I am Brian Nelson. Now let's throw it over to our interview with the Best Buy player of the game with McKenna Guerrero.
Hey guys, I'm McKenna Guerrero with the Solano College Sports Network, and I'm here with our Best Buy player of the game, Briar Litz. Briar, congratulations on the victory today.
Thank you.
You had 2 walks, 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Have you ever felt this confident about your hitting before?
Oh yeah, today was just a good day. I had a good BP, was feeling good, and just carried over the game.
And let me ask you this, when you step up to the plate, what is your strategy? What do you think about to stay relaxed?
Just try to hit the ball up the middle, hit it hard. The goal is to hit it hard, help your team win. That's basically it.
And the season is coming to an end. What are you going to miss most about playing ball here at Solano?
Definitely my teammates. Teammates are the best thing I could ever ask for here.
You guys play Contra Costa on Thursday. What are you guys going to take from this game and bring to the next?
Hopefully we just swing it, throw strikes. Did good today. Hopefully we just swing it and try to win these last 2 games.
Well, thank you, Brian. Congratulations again today. Solano did a great job, ended up defeating Napa 17-3. I'm McKenna Guerrero. Thank you for supporting the Solano College Sports Network, and we'll see you next time.